Hey my dear JEE warriors, welcome to the JEE paper discussion of 31st January, the last month of your day. But the game is not yet over. There are so many things which are very new, which are very different even in this session. We're just getting to know from the students that some of the questions in physics were little tricky. I mean, they were not hard, but some questions were little bit a notch higher than the earlier shifts. If this is true, do let us know right now in the chat box. There is a poll running right now. I think you would have seen this. Please let us know if it was easy, moderate, hard, the overall paper, how was maths, how was chemistry. I heard some chemistry questions were also decently good. If it is so, just let us know by hitting the right button out there so that you also get that sense of confidence and that satisfaction that okay, it was not just hard or moderate for me alone, but there were others in the same boat. Okay, so join in live, share the session with every one of you in all the communities, in all the groups right away, right now. Everybody, come on, the #1 JEE channel in the south of the India, and not just that, the #1 JEE English channel in the entire country. So we have a lot of students coming in from UAE as well as even from Saudi Arabia and so many other countries watching this live right now, and really heartful thanks to all the students who are making this channel very popular. And before we begin, there is a very important announcement, because the next phase of your life is going to begin and you are going to think, sir, what is the game ahead? What is it that you have in store for all of us in the days to come? And that is none other than JEE Advance. And what do you need to do for JEE Advance? Here we have Vikas sir, the Dronacharya sir of Aavia batch.
Hi students, welcome to the session, and I hope all of you who have written today's shift, you have done pretty well, and all those who are going to write the second shift, all the best to you. And guys, I'm here to talk about what lies ahead after you have given the JEE Main examination. So I'm pretty sure that you are all gearing up to prepare for JEE Advanced examination, and therein lies this program, the Accelerator program. It is a dedicated program for JEE Advanced preparation. It's kind of an extended crash course, and we prepare students for JEE Advanced here. And if you haven't heard about this program, I will request you guys to spend about 20 minutes on Google to inquire about what this program has achieved in the past and how it can help you. All right, I'm pretty sure that once you do that, you would want to be part of this, and to do that, you need to join the Telegram channel. Okay, so scan this QR code, join the Telegram channel, because all the updates regarding this batch, how to get into this batch, and even if someone fails to get into this batch, what else there are stuff there in that Telegram channel that you can make use of. Okay, it's a free batch, but there is a selection criteria to be selected in this batch. So those students who will not get who will fail to qualify, even they will be getting something to prepare for the advanced examination through that Telegram channel. So do join that channel, guys.
Yeah, in fact, the Telegram channel link is there right now in the description box as we talk. Yeah, as you can see down below over here. First of all, what is this? Smash the like button right now, and if you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button and press this bell icon, okay, everybody, so that you don't miss any notifications. And you can see right over here, there is
a form. You need to fill this form. Okay, so fill this form to register your interest in Accelerator, and at the end of this form, you will again get the QR code. You can scan that.
Yes. Main thing is you have to fill the form, and you have to be a part of the Telegram channel. That is very crucial. You can see the details. You will hardly take 2 minutes. Okay, so join in. We are going to start the discussion very soon. Yes, join in. Meanwhile, make sure you are filling out the form. It is hardly going to cost you a minute. Okay, just click on this link. You'll be a part of this Telegram channel, and you will see, you will get all the important updates also, sir. Yes, regarding JEE Advance.
Everything, the instructions have already been posted there. The contents are already posted there. Students can just join this channel and they can start making use of it. I'll just
I think the desktop is not there, but yeah, it will open up.
Yeah, so I think I'll leave you to discuss the questions now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
students.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. So, my dear students, that was your Accelerator program, the only program that will help you for JEE Advanced free of cost, and every year 10% of the IITians are almost from this batch. So you can imagine the importance of this program, my dear students. That's the reason why we talk about it so much. So let's begin with our discussion, and we have some amazing questions coming up on the screen. This was the first question. Just confirm if this was there in your test. Yes, was this there in your test, everybody? Cheppu, everybody. Cheppandi, Solanga. ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎವ್ರಿವನ್ ಬೋಲಾಯಲ ಪಾಯಿಜೆ. Tell us in the chat box, was this question there in the actual JEE paper? Because these are all memory based questions. Some of the students said this question was there, and some of the students felt it was, you know, a little bit difficult for them to convert the units. So if you don't know, you know, what the units are, then you might struggle a little bit over here. So let's start. This question says that 4 gram of mass is converted into energy. So we know that whenever mass and energy have to be converted, we will use the relationship E is equal to mc square, the standard famous Einstein's equation. The mass is 4 grams, so 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg. Speed of light 3 into 10 to the power 8, but you have to square it. But I don't want the answer in joules. I want the answer in kilowatt hour. So what you do is you divide this with 3600. Okay, why? Because 1 hour has 60 minutes, each minute has 60 seconds. 60 into 60 is 3600 seconds. So this is the joules which you are getting per second. This is the watts basically. This is the joules on the top. This is the seconds. So when I multiply this, this will become, you know, this is actually 1 hour. This 3600 seconds is basically 1 hour. So I should put hour over here. Is that making sense? Because if you notice what just happened, if I don't write, let me just explain this again for those students who find it difficult, for especially the units. This is completely joules. If I put joules hour, then 1 hour I have to put over here. What is 1 hour? 3600 seconds. I hope that makes sense. Now, when you do the math, you can see 3 square is 9. 4 into 9, 36. So I'll get 36 on the top. And I will have 10 to the power 16 minus 10 to the power 3. So it will become 10 to the power 13. And this will be 3600. And this will be joules hour. Joules hour, 0 cancels. This becomes 11, I believe. 36 also cancels. So write 10 to the power 11 as 10 to the power 8 into 10 to the power 3 joules hour, which is 10 to the power 8. This is not joules actually. This will be watt. My bad. This should have been watt right now because I have divided it by seconds. So this should have been watts, because once I divide it by seconds, it will become joules per second, which is watt. So this will become watt hour. So this will become just kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour. That's it. That's the answer. Just check it out. Is it 10 to the power 8? Yes, it is 10 to the power 8. Very good. C for Captain Shreyas. How many of you wrote it? Proud of all of you. And as you're watching the session, shower your love for the Vedantu JEE English channel by smashing the like button and hitting the subscribe. Don't even think of, you know, just watching the session, because then it is of no use. You're not giving your Guru Dakshina, like I always say. Okay, next question coming up on your screen. There are 2 masses. I think the surface also has some friction. Question is find the, mass M, which is over here out of these options. Now there is a direct formula which you can use, and I had told this even before, you know, in many of my sessions. The acceleration of any pulley block system is the bigger force minus the smaller force. Bigger force minus the smaller force. The whole thing divided by the total mass. Whole thing divided by the total mass. That is the formula that you need to use. That's it. So if you notice, my dear students, over here, one force is the gravitational force, which is basically 10 G sine 53. Here you have M is M, G sine 37. Apart from that, there will be friction because it is going to go up. It is going to accelerate up. So that's why friction will also act down like this. It will be mg with mu, and there will be cos 37 involved here. And as it is going down, the friction will again act up over here. So that will be mu, which is mu mg, and you will have cos 53 over here. Don't worry about tension. Tension will now become internal force. These are the forces along the motion. So your acceleration, my dear warriors, the bigger force, because it is going down, the force which is bigger is 10G sine 53 minus the opposing forces or the smaller forces. This, all of them are opposing. So minus, what is that? Mu. Mu is 1 by 4. Mu is 1 by 4. And then you have 10, because this M is basically 10. So mu into 10 into G into cos 53 minus these two forces. So mu is also given to us as 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 mg cos 37 minus mg sine 37. This whole thing divided by the total mass, which is 10 plus m. And this acceleration is already given out as 2 meters per second square. Solve this. Everything is known except m. Everything is known except m. Solve for m and see what is the answer that you got. Was friction given or not given? Some students were saying, sir, friction was not given. Some students were saying, no, sir, friction was there. Just see if the coefficient of friction was given to be as 1 by 4. Yep, it was given to you. Very good. If it was given, then your answer should come out as 4.5 kg. After solving, you should get it as 4.5 kg, my dear warriors. That is the final answer. Yep. Everyone, shall we go ahead to the next one? Did you understand what we just did? So acceleration is the bigger force, the pulling force, minus the opposing forces. Because this goes down, mg sine component will be down, friction will act upwards. Because this goes up as the pulley rotates and the thread moves, this mass will experience mg sine 37 as well as friction. And the concepts for solving the thing. Shyam is saying, yes, sir, the friction was given. So if friction was given, the answer will be option A. Keep that in mind. Now for this particular question, it's a beautiful question. In fact, you know, some of you might have already seen these questions in the Tattva modules in our books or in our assignments. Usually it is considered as a level 2 or level 3 problem for mains, but it was given. So over here, what happens is this ball is basically being dropped. This ball is basically being dropped over here. Okay, it takes some time to fall here. So let's say that time is t1. Okay, and that time t1 will be root of, if this is h, this is small h, so this will be nothing but root of 2 h minus h by g. Root of 2 h minus h by g. That is what you're going to get it as. After this, the velocity becomes horizontal. It's clearly mentioned. And then it does a horizontal projectile motion. The time taken for this is t2. And that time also we know via horizontal projectile formula, that is root of 2 times height of the hill divided by g. So this is your total time. So this is your total time. Now the question is, find the ratio so that the time of flight becomes maximum. So here what we can do is, one idea is to use derivatives, but we can avoid derivatives using a simple technique of arithmetic mean, geometric mean. AMGM property you can use. How many of you used AMGM property in this question? Let me know. If you do not know how to use it, let me tell you. In fact, it's very straightforward. Just square both sides. Just square both sides. By the way, root 2 by g was common. Root 2 by g was common. So anyways, I'll square that. And what else will be squared is root of h minus h plus root of h square. So this will become 2 by g. And this will become a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this will become h minus h plus 2 root h minus h into h. Now minus h plus h will cancel. Minus h plus h will cancel. So I'm just left with 2 by g h plus 2 root. What is h minus h? H minus h is this x. Let's say I call this as x. This is your small h. So h minus h is basically x and small h is this height right over here. Now comes the real part of mathematics. I want to maximize this. So do you see in this entire relationship that we got, 2g and h are constants. I cannot play with them. But the only two things which I can play is x and h. So this has to be maximum. So x into h has to be maximum, but x plus h is capital H, which is a constant, and this can happen only if x is equal to small h. That means it is h by 2. This and this should be equal. That means this is exactly the midpoint of this entire thing. So h is h by 2. So I think the answer should be C. Yes, it is not B or A. Yes, the answer should be basically I think it was not given, but h by h should be 2. H by h should be 2. Is that clear, my dear warriors? So that is the answer. H by small h should be 2. That is what it is. How many of you got this? Very good, Puzaram. Awesome, awesome. Yes, Anul, in the previous question, friction was given to be 0.25. That means you will get the answer right. Okay, let me just refresh. I hope they had updated the answer key over here. No, I guess so. Not. No issues. Let's move on to the next one coming up on your screen. And here it is. A very beautiful question. There is a wire which carries current. It is bent into an arc, and again the current comes out. A part of the bent wire is there in the magnetic field, and the question says what is the force on the wire, okay, due to that magnetic field. Obviously, the part of the wire which is not in the magnetic field will not even experience any kind of force. The only part which will experience force is the curved part. Is that right? Everybody with me? Only the curved part will experience force. So what do we do in such cases? Use the property, the force on the curved wire is the force on the straight wire, which you can turn it into the effective length. So all you have to do is join the initial and the final points, join a line, that will be the effective length. So that force will be I into effective length into B. So that effective length is nothing but 2R. So I 2R into B. I 2R into B, or 2I RB. How many of you got it? Toki, yes, you can do it by the derivative method, but that is the whole point. See, in any subject, be it even mathematics, there could be a lengthy method, there could be an easy method. There are some properties or some theorems which are always taught to avoid that lengthier method. Or else the whole purpose only is defeated of learning that property if it could be done via some lengthier method. So, although you can do the problem via the derivatives method, I would not recommend it because it is a waste of time. All you had to do is dt by d small h is 0. So use that, and then you will basically get the value of small h, and then you have to check the maxima or minima by doing the second derivative and checking if it is negative, and then substituting the values. So it's a very lengthy process. So obviously you are not expected to do those things in the examination, especially in the objective exam where you have to solve so many things in just 3 hours. Okay, but otherwise I hope the method is clear. It is just dt by dh is 0, and then the second derivative should be negative. A capacitor is connected with a battery, has some charge. The charge increases to 2.5 Q when a material is inserted over there. Then what is the dielectric constant? This is, I think, one of the straightforward question. We know that charge is equal to capacitance into voltage. I did not change the voltage, so this has not been changed. Capacitance will change, that's why the charge will change. If this becomes 2.5 times, capacitance also becomes 2.5 times. That means this must be the value of the dielectric constant of that material. How many of you wrote option B? How many of you wrote option B, my dear warriors? If you wrote option B, very good, proud of all of you. And those of you who have not yet joined the session, please call them, my dear students, because many students are thinking, oh, my shift is over. Many students are thinking, oh, let's worry about this session later on. You are not going to get the time. And if you're watching this session, you should be really proud of yourself that you are saving up the time for the next few weeks. The time is going to run like this because your boards are going to start. After boards, you are barely going to get few weeks for the second attempt. And how many sessions will you sit and watch? So don't procrastinate. Don't say that I will do this tomorrow. Oh, it's not my shift, not my concern. My job is done. Let's see what will happen in April. If that is the attitude, then you are not targeting 99 percentile, then you should not be targeting 99 percentile also. So my dear students, make sure that your friends too are watching this session. Make sure that you motivate them. Listen, we don't have time. Don't waste your time. Start your second mains preparation right now. There is no time to waste. I made a video also yesterday why you do not have time. Okay, I've told it in the video, that surprise video which I told you. Okay, in a region of space, the peak field is given to be 50. Average energy density in this region is? Average energy density is how much? That's the question, my dear students. So, I think this was electromagnetic wave. Yes, electromagnetic wave. So, the energy density, electric energy density is given by half epsilon naught E square. But whenever I write this E, which electric field is this? Because in an electromagnetic wave, the electric field only keeps changing. So is it E naught? Definitely not. It is actually always the ERMS. This E stands for the RMS value. You are taking the RMS value in an electromagnetic wave, my dear warriors. Okay. No problems, Ivan. Even if the previous question was having a different data, concept should be clear, bacha. The concept is very important. So, what is the formula for ERMS, my dear warriors? It is nothing but peak or maximum or amplitude divided by root 2. So, that is what it will be. So, this will become 1 by 4 epsilon naught E naught square, because E naught is given, the peak value is given. But that is not the question. Question is not on the density of the electric field. The question is the total energy density, and the total energy by 2, you will get the total energy. So that's why you will get this as half epsilon naught E naught square. So now you substitute the values 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12, and then E naught is 50. So put 50 square. Just do the math and see how much are you getting it to be as option A, which is 1.1 10 to the power minus 8. How many of you are getting this? Let me know, my dear warriors. Very good, Nebal. Very good, very good. Excellent. Keep answering in the chat box. It shows that you are on the right track. It shows that you are able to solve it. Yes, I will feel good when you are able to solve it. Keep smashing the like button. Mark your attendance right away right now, my dear students. The #1 JEE English channel in the country, and obviously the #1 JEE channel in entire of South India as well. So be proud to be a part of it. Next one. Two charges are separated by a distance. If x is the distance of q from q, where the electric field is 0, where is that x? This is a standard question which we keep doing. So let's solve this particular question, my dear students. First of all, there is a charge q, then at a distance x, the electric field is 0. The remaining distance will be r minus x, and you are keeping a charge of how much? Q and 3q. So this is basically 3q. Perfect. So this is the point. This is the point where the electric field is 0. So the field due to this and the field due to this, they will essentially cancel out each other. The field due to this will be kq divided by x square. The field due to this will be k into 3q divided by r minus x whole square. K cancels, q cancels. Take roots on both sides. So 1 by x is equal to root 3 by r minus x. Now cross multiply. So r minus x is a root 3x. So r will be x common 1 plus root 3. So x will be r divided by 1 plus root 3. 1 plus root 3, which is 1.732 plus 1. So it will be r by 1.7 plus 1 is 2.7. So 2.73 roughly. So that value comes out as approximately point A. Just check it out. Point A, option A, sorry. Option A. Just check it out. If you're getting it, very good. Good afternoon, Angad. Yes, Puzalan. Very good, Sarvanan. Awesome. Awesome. Moving on to the next one. Coming up on your screen now. Here it is. Light from two sources of intensity in the ratio 1:9, phase difference 60, meet on the screen. Find the net intensity when they are coherent versus when they are not coherent. Both are two different types of interferences. Be very, very careful, my dear students. Both are different kinds of interferences. Be little bit careful over there. See, when light sources are coherent, then the formula that you will be using is I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2 cos phi. I1 is I2 is 9i plus 2 root I1 I2 cos 60. So I plus 9i will be 10i plus cos 60 is half, so 2 will cancel. Root of 9 is 3. So this will make it 13i. So this is coherent versus when they are incoherent, you just have to add the intensities, nothing else. I plus 9i, which will make it 10i. You don't have to worry about the phase difference if they are incoherent. So when you actually take the ratio, of these two, what will happen? Or when they are coherent versus when they are not. When they are coherent, it is 13i. When they are not coherent, it is 10i. So it should be 13 by 10. 13 by 10, that should make it answer C, option C. Okay, it was numerical, so accordingly you converted it to the numerical question. But the answer of the ratio is 13 by 10. They might have manipulated it. They might have told, I don't know, something, multiply by 10 and do something. Okay, so you accordingly give the answer. Very good. Now, yes, the next set of questions are going to come, but before that, the chemistry paper discussion will start. So don't go anywhere. And remember, those of you who have made up your mind that, yes, sir, I want to crack JEE Main second attempt, whether you're a dropper, partial dropper, or a fresher, and you're worried about your board exams, remember, we have started the JEE English crash course, okay, on the platform. And this is divided into 3 phases. Phase 1 will be JEE preparation till 17 Feb. Phase 2 will be from 18 Feb to 9th March, which will involve board preparation, which is again going to be useful for your JEE preparation. And phase 3 will be from 10th March to the end of the March, which will again help you for the remaining chapters. We will be completing the entire syllabus in these 144 sessions, along with test series, assignments, and materials. And all the teachers are going to talk in English. That's the best part. And another best part is that you will get quality content, the PDFs, and all of this at just 4,000 rupees. Yes, you heard it right. It's just for 4,000 rupees. Check out the link in the description box and you will get complete support till your JEE Advance. Once you clear JEE Mains, you will be enrolled in the Aavia batch as well. So you are getting support for Advanced, Mains, and Boards. This is one of its kinds test series available for all of you. Check out the link which is there in the description box. Obviously, there are 2 variants in this. If you want a personal teacher, then you can go ahead with the Crash Plus course as well, which is for 12,000 rupees. Otherwise, you can stick around with the normal regular crash course. You can check out the link which is there in the description, right? Cool. Let me call upon the chemistry master teachers. Hold on. All right, so I think maths is going to happen now, not chemistry. So let me just PPT shared. Okay. It's on the chat, ma'am.
Studio.
Okay. No, it has not come. Okay, just hold on. We are just getting the PPTs ready. Just 1 second. Everybody who wants to start discussing the maths, just... Okay. You want it in the PPT or PPT na? Okay, वो कर लो.
Download.
Come on, guys, start smashing the like button. Call all your friends. The maths discussion is about to start. There we go.
All right.
1 second. Let me just get the chats on the screen. Okay.
Hey Ninja,
warriors, what's up? Ready for maths discussion? Okay, so I have 8 questions with me and I'll be discussing 8 mathematics questions. Post that, we'll be starting chemistry discussion. Okay, all right, yes. All right, so the question is from a random variable. Okay, again, something which was deleted. Yes, random variable was deleted, right? But then we got this question from random variable. Okay. How to... Give me a moment. Let me just set the mic. Yes. So the question says... It's getting stuck. So the question says that 3 rotten apples are mixed with 15 normal apples. Let the random variable be defined as number of rotten apples on picking 3 apples. Okay. So random variable is counting number of what? Rotten apples on picking 3 apples. Find the variance of x. So we need to figure out the variance of x. So variance of x has a formula. Variance of x has a formula. Variance of random variable. Who is going to tell me about this formula? Is nothing but NPQ, where n is nothing but number. So over here, this random variable is counting what? Picking 3 apples. So 3 is your n, okay? P is what? P is your probability of success. That means, so success I'll be getting once I get all 3 rotten apples. Right, so probability of getting rotten apples would be what? 3 by 15. This will be our success because the random variable is focusing on picking 3 rotten apples, right? And probability of failure will be what? Rest 12 by 15, right? So this is 1 by 5. This is 5 by 6, okay? 1 second, 1 by 5. Yes, and this would be 4 by 5. Let me just... get the correct data. Give me a moment. Yes. So yes, 15 good apples. Now 1 by 6. Why they are writing 1 by 6? 3 by 3 rotten apples. Okay. All right. Are mixed. Yes. So 3 upon 18 is probability of success. How? Because 3 are rotten apples, 15 are good apples. So total number of outcomes would be 18. So this would be 3 by 16, 1 by 6. Probability of failure, who is going to tell me? So 18 minus 3, that would be 15 by 18, that is 5 by 6. And we all know that probability of failure and probability of success, when you add these two probabilities, you will get 1, right? You will get 1. Add these two probability, you will get 1. So now just put the value 3. We have probability of success 1 by 6, multiply 5 by 6. So this will become what? 3 5s are 15 by 36. 3 के table से काटो, 3 5s are 15. Maybe the question was 2 rotten apples are there. So data is based on what I have received from you people only, right? So let's just quickly, so this is the solution basically. 3 rotten apple, 15 good apples. So probability of success will be what? 3 upon 18, and probability of failure would be what? So this is 1 by 6, so 5 by 6. Number, so n is what? 3, because random variable is counting 3 apple picking, right? So that's why n is equal to 3. We have another question from differential equation. The moment I look at this question now, who is going to tell me from where we are getting this question? One differential equation y, so this is dx upon dy, right? There is a correction, y dx upon dy, right? So can you see, if I shift this y over here, no, it will become dx upon dy is equals to x upon y, and this log x minus log y will be log x by y plus 1. This is the question I've got. Now this is homogeneous equation, right? This is homogeneous equation. Homogeneous equation, but a different one. Usually I get homogeneous equation in y by x. But in here, can you see the equation is x by y. So x by y this time will be substituted as v, and x times dv by dx. ऐसे लिखते थे ना? So this time y dv by dy plus v is equals to dx by dy. Differentiate it, you will get this. Okay, y dv by dy plus v is equals to dx by dy. So dx by dy will be replaced by what? So y dv by dy plus v is equals to, this is your v and this is ln v plus 1. The moment I multiply, this will become v. Okay, so v and this v will get cancelled out. So we are left with dv upon v log v is equals to dy upon y. Okay, the moment I solve it now, if I take log v is equals to t, so 1 by v dv will be equal to dt, right? Okay, log v is t, 1 by v dv will be equal to dt. So this will be dt upon t ka integration is equals to dy upon y ka integration. So log of t, what is t? So log of v. So log of x by y is equals to log of y plus log k, right? So it will become log x by y. Final solution is equals to y times k. This is the final solution. Now the question is actually incomplete. The moment we get this, now they will definitely give some initial condition. For example, y of 0, x of 0 is 0, find this. But majorly we have solved this question, or maybe we have got this as your options as well. So this is question number 2, right? So I have the solution as well. Can you see? So this was the differential equation and dx by dy replaced by this. Okay, so this is v log v plus 1. Can you see? The moment I integrate now, I'll be getting what? This as my correct answer. Mod of log x by y is equals to c mod y. Okay, so mod is actually important over here. You have to apply mod over here and here as well. So this is mod and this is also mod. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the next question, which is, okay, from probability we have second question. Okay, first random variable wala, there was one question. This is another again the next question. Okay, so the question says all right. So the question says a box contains 10 red balls, 30 white balls, 50 orange balls, and the student was saying either there were 10 or 20 blue balls. He was not sure. So we will solve the question in both ways. So if it has 10 blue balls, then we will solve the question. If it has 20 blue balls, so we will calculate the answer from both the data. Now, 2 balls are drawn with replacement. Find the probability such that first drawn ball is red and second ball is white with replacement. Can you see with replacement? So, I want my first ball to be red. So, basically 10 red balls are there. 30 white, 15 orange and 10 blue. So, total 65 balls are there. 65. Right? And what I want is total 65 balls. So what do I want? I want my first ball to become red. That means 10 upon 65. Then I keep that red ball in same basket, same box. And second ball is white, so 30 upon 65. So this is what I'm getting when my basically 10 blue balls are there. But one student was saying no, 20 blue balls, ma'am, 20 blue balls. So let me solve with this as well. 30 white, 15 orange. And 20 blue balls, matlab total number of balls will be 75. So the answer would be what? 10 upon 75 multiply 30 upon 75. Only the denominator will get changed because the number of red and white balls, he is saying that, okay, I remember this is fixed. Okay, all right, good to go. Yes, this is the third question. Now we have, so I told you, when you have 10 or 20 blue balls. So when you have 10 blue balls, no, the answer would be this. And when you have 20 blue balls, your answer would be this. Okay. So this is your answer. All right. So we have, let's move on to the next problem. Problem number 4, which is from limits. And you know what? This question is actually not that difficult. Just that e raised to power 2 mod sin x. This is sin x. Okay. So here I am going to apply the expansion. Do you remember the expansion of e ki power x? 1 plus x ki power x upon factorial 1 x square by factorial 2 x cube by factorial 3 and so on all the way up to infinity. This is e power x ka expansion. Let's apply this. So now limit x tend to 0. So 1 plus x will be replaced by 2 mod sin x upon 1 factorial plus 2 mod sin x ka whole square upon 2 factorial and so on. Now minus 2 mod sin x minus 1. Very easy question. Very easy question. And here we have x square. Can you see this 1 and 1 are getting cancelled out? 2 sin x getting cancelled out. This will become 4 by 2. That means it will become 2. 4 by 2 will be 2. Sin square x by x square will be 1. Mod will be, you can remove the mod because square is already there, na? So this is sin square x by x square, that would be 1. So 2 clearly is the correct answer. So 2 is the correct answer. Yes, yes, yes. Easy question, right? Easy question. Some of you are saying do not exist. Okay. So actually what happens is, na, basically, yes, you may think in that direction that okay, mod is there. But you know what, a square is also there. So this is sin square x upon x square, right? If there was a term which is only mod sin x, because this mod sin x is cancelled out already, right? Okay, all right. So mod sin x will make a difference. It will create an issue about limit to be exist, but this time limit will definitely exist. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so question is from permutation and combination, wherein we need to apply the concept of combination of alike things. Okay, selection of alike things is what matters over here. Distribution is the word. Find the number of ways of selection of 4 letters. Okay, so distribution, who is going to tell me? So D, then I have 3i, and then we have S, then we have 2t, S के बाद है R, B, U, O, N. Okay, right? So this is the data I am having. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. ठीक है? That means we have not missed any letter. Now 4 letters I have to select. So the very first case is I select 3 alike letters and 1 different letters. 3 alike, so for 3 alike I have only one option. I have to take I, and out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out of this 8 letters, I can select any letter. So this can be done by 8C1 ways. Alright. Second, now 2 alike and 2 other alike. 2 alike, 2 other alike. This is the case. So I have no other option. I have to take 2i and 2t, right? 2i and 2t. Remember, we are only selecting. We are not arranging it. Okay. So this can be done by only one way. I, T, T. Can you see this? I, T. One more T. Okay. All right. Third. The third selection is 2 alike and 2 different. Okay. So 2 alike. For 2 alike, I have 2 choices. Either I take 2i or I take 2t. So for 2 alike, I have 2 choices. 2C1. Now multiply 2 different. Now for suppose I have taken 2i in this. So I have this option 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 options are there. Out of 8 options, I need 2 different. So this will be what? 2 multiply 28. And last, all 4 different. All 4 different. So I have how many options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 options, 9C4. So 9C4 I have calculated already. So 9C4 will be, yes, 9C4 will be 126. Okay. Now the moment you add this na 8 plus 1 9, 9 plus 56 and 126, you will get 191 as the total answer. Yes, so 191 is the correct answer of this question. The moment you add it, I can show you the solution. Can you see all four different? 9C4, 126, two alike, two different. So for two alike, I have two choices. 2C1, right, and rest 8 different letters are there. Out of 8, I have to select 2. So this will be 56. Now 3 alike, 1 different. For 3 alike, I have only 3 I available. 1 different, so that could be selected out of 8 different letters. 2 alike, I have 1 choice. So if you add it 126, 56, 8, 1, you will get 191 as the answer. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the next problem, which is question number 6. Again, similar question was there. Similar question was there in both the in yesterday's shift, right? So basically, magnitude of A is given, A dot B is also given, and here what you are looking for is, and this equation is also given. Okay, so vector, please apply vector over here. This is vector, this is vector. What we are looking for is angle between C and B vector is given as small a, okay, and you are looking for 192 sine square A. Let's first square this. So C vector is equals to 2A cross B minus 3B. So what I'll be doing is, I'll be actually using this equation in 2 different ways. First, square it right here. So C square will be equal to 4A cross B ka whole square plus 9B square, and you know what? Dot product between these two vectors will be 0. So C square is equals to 4A cross B ka whole square, and you have 9B square. So 9 into 12, that is 9 into 16, that is 144. Similar type of question we have did yesterday. Similar type of data were available. Now A cross B, who is going to tell me how to calculate A cross B? In yesterday's problem also we have done the same thing. What we did was, we've applied Lagrange's. Lagrange's says that dot product square plus cross product ka square is equals to A square B square. Dot product is given to us 4. Cross product we are looking for. And A square B square is what? 4 4s are 16. So 12. A cross B ka whole square is nothing but 16 minus 4. That is equals to 12. Put the value of 12 over here. 12 4s are 48. So you know what? C square is coming out as 192. Right? 144 plus 48. I have remembered the data as well. 144 plus 48. Yesterday also we did this. Okay? Right? So I told you that this equation I'll be utilizing in 2 different ways. First is square it right away. Second thing, now shift this 3b towards the left hand side. So 3b plus c, similar exact ditto question, 2a cross b. Now square it. So 9b square plus c square plus 6b dot c is equals to 4ab ka whole square. Put the value. So this will be 144 plus 144. This is c square is 144 plus 48, right? And we have plus 6b dot c is equals to a cross b ka whole square is what? 12. So 12 into 4 is 48. So this 48 cancelled out. 6b dot c is nothing but minus 2 multiply 144. So this can be cancelled out. Okay. So this is 6. 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12. And 6 4s are 24. So b dot c is finally minus 48. Now you know each and everything. And you know what? Angle between this is also given to you. Let's just start solving it. Okay. So magnitude of b is what? 4. Magnitude of c is what? Root 192. b dot c khol rahi hu. And then cos a is equals to minus 48. Square it right away. Square it over here. The moment you square, na, you will get cos square a 192 is equals to minus, okay, plus 48 into 48 upon 4. ka square 16. 16 into 3. Right? So this is your 192 square cos A. Now 192, 1 minus sine square A is equals to 3 into 48. Right? Shift this towards this side. So 192, 4 3s are 12 and 8 4s are 8 3s are 24, 4 3s are 12, 13, 14, 140. Okay, so okay, all right. So this is 192 minus 144. Right? So this value is what? 192 minus 144, which is 48. Can you see this? 192 sine square A is what? 192 minus 144, which is 48. Okay? All right. C square is 192. That's what I have written. No? C square I have written 192 only. Correct. I have done it correct. You are saying the same thing. And the moment I put the value of C, so C is what? Root 192. Okay. C square is 192, ma'am. You wrote 144. No, I did not. I did not. C square is 1. Okay, so here 192. Okay. Here I wrote 192 C square. No. I wrote correct. So I have written C square as 144 plus 48. Right? Your C square is what? Tell me. 48 plus 144. So I have broken down this. Okay? I have broken down this. I have done this correct. So 9B square is 144. C square is correct. 144 plus 48. Why I have done that? Because I wanted to cancel this 48 out. Okay? Alright. So absolutely right. On point. No calculation error in this question. Okay? Yes, Nitesh, Milind, correct? Why is dot product 0? No, dot product in here is not 0. Dot product is not 0 over here. Clear? No error? Clear? Shall I show you the solution as well? So this is what is given to us. Okay. So the moment I squared it over here, no? The moment I, okay, so this is, they have done something else, but yeah. Okay, let's not get confused. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. Now this is a question which is a very thoughtful question. You know what? I won't be writing anything on the board. I can explain you right away. Okay. So the question says S be the set of positive integral values of A for which this expression is always negative. This expression is always negative. Now, can you see the denominator? This is the denominator, right? This is the denominator. This is the denominator. Okay, I'm not writing anything. I'm just highlighting. Okay, this is the denominator. Can you calculate the discriminant of this denominator? The discriminant of this denominator is what? B square 64 minus 4 times 32. So discriminant is negative. So whenever you see any quadratic equation whose discriminant is negative and whose leading coefficient is positive, that means this will always give you positive value. This will always be positive. Your denominator will always be positive no matter what value of x you are going to put in this denominator. Right? Okay. So if this is positive always, then the whole basically the whole thing is on numerator. Because my denominator is positive, now my numerator has to be negative so that my whole expression becomes negative, right? So now I want my numerator to become always negative. For my numerator to become always negative, now, so this quadratic equation should be having leading coefficient negative. First of all, A should be negative and then discriminant should also be negative. For any quadratic, if that expression, now let me just write it. So denominator is always positive. This we know. Now for numerator to be negative, that means your A should be negative and you know what? If your A is negative, and discriminant should also be negative related to numerator. That means A should all discriminant, please. B square minus 4AC is your discriminant. Okay. So yes. Now we have another question. Another question is from determinants. So in here fx is given to us and we need to figure out 2f of 0 plus f dash 0. Okay. So first of all, f of 0 calculation is extremely easy. So for f of 0, what I'll be doing is f of 0 will be equals to 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 6 and 0, 4, minus 2. Okay, let's calculate it. So this would be what? Minus 2 multiply minus 2 into minus 4. So this is 12. This is your f of 0. This is sorted. Now how to calculate f dash 0? Now you have to be extremely smart in calculating f dash 0. You don't have to open it. You don't have to open it and then differentiate it and then put it equals to 0. No, don't do that. We will use determinant derivative. So how to differentiate any determinant? So basically, if you have to differentiate any determinant, na, so you have to differentiate either row wise or column wise. Let me differentiate it row wise. So in the very first determinant, you have to differentiate row number 1. Rest terms are as it is. Let's differentiate this. So 3x square will be here. And the moment you put 0, it will become 0. What about this? 4x plus 1 will be 0. So 4x will be the derivative. Again, I'm getting 0. Derivative of this would be 3. Okay. Now rest terms will be row 1 and row 2 and row 3 will be as it is. You just have to put 0. So 2, 0, 6, 0, 4, minus 2. Okay, this is f dash 0. Alright. Now row 2, you have to differentiate row number 2. So this is 3 to the 6x. So first element is 0. This is your 2 and this is 3x square. So 0 again. Now put 0 in the very first row directly. 0, 1, 0. Sorry, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 0, 1, 1 and 0 over here as well. So 0, 4, minus 2. Correct? Now in here you have to differentiate row number 3. So 3x square minus 1. 3x square minus 1, put 0. It will become minus 1. Then derivative of 4 is already 0 and 2x. So again 0. Rest you have to put 0. So this is 2, 0, 6. Okay. And we have 0, 1, 1. Right? This is your f dash 0. Now calculate. So calculation of this is extremely easy. 3, 4 2s are 8. So 3 times 20, 3 times 2 into 4 plus. So this is all anyway 0. What about this? So let's just expand it over here. So 6 minus 0 with a negative sign. So this is minus 6. So this is 24 minus 6. F dash 0 is 24 minus 6. That is equals to 18. So now this is known to us, 2 into 12 plus 18, right? So 24 plus 18. 24 plus 18. Who is going to tell me? 24 plus 18. 42? Yes? Let me just check. Yes. Can you see this? 42 is the correct answer. Yes? Yes, one student is saying that paper being tough is a good thing. So basically you know that chemistry and physics are extremely easy. Below the average. That's why maths has to be tough. Because if maths is also easy, then what will you do? Okay. Now this is a very good question. Very nice question which says f of x is this, right? And gx is nothing but f of x. Alright. then what we need to figure out is, okay, so this is incomplete question. We need to figure out G of 4 is what we are looking for. So first of all, if I get the value of gx now, then the question would be much simpler. We will be able to understand or predict the pattern at least, because the moment we look at this question, so basically f of x is g of x, and I have to find g of x. That means I have to actually find f of 4. So 6 times f of I'll be gone, right? So pattern is the only thing which can save me over here. First of all, just find f of x. F of x. So 4fx plus 3 upon 6fx minus 4. You know what we did? We just replaced this x, all the excess. We have replaced all the excess, okay, by fx, right, in our life, okay? So this is 4 times. Now f of x is what? 4x plus 3 upon 6x minus 4 plus 3 whole upon 6. 4x plus 3 upon 6x minus 4, and we have minus 4. Minus 4. Just solve it right away. So the moment I solve it, now what do I get? Tell me. So 4 4s are 24x, 4 3s are 12, 6 3s are 18x minus 12 upon 6x minus 4, 6x minus 4 will get cancelled out. So 6 4s are 24x again. 4 4s are, sorry, this is 16, na? Haan. This is 16. 16x. So this is 6 4s are 24x. 6 3s are 18. 6 4s are minus 24x plus 16. Can you see 12 getting cancelled out? 16 or 18 will be 34x. Here 24x gone. 18 and 16 is 34. So this is nothing but x. So f of x is coming out as x only. That means our gx is nothing but what? X. If our gx is x now, then what about my g of x? That would be g of x, and g of x is x. That means g of how many times you write? So g of n times, if you write now, you'll be getting x. So g of 4 is nothing but 4 only. Are you getting my point? G of x is x. G of x is also x. G of x is also x only. So g of 4 is 4. Yes. Okay. Tomorrow paper will not be tough. It will be the similar pattern. Do not worry about that. Even if it is tough, slightly here and there you can feel, but not very much difference. Okay, so we have this last question with us. After that, chemistry teachers will be here. Okay. All right. So if the system of linear equation, this and this has infinite many solutions. So I have told you Cramer's law. We've received a question from Cramer's law which says system of linear equation has infinite many solutions. So 1 minus 2, 1. Okay. 2 alpha 3. 3 minus 1 and beta ka modulus is 0. For infinite many solution, all determinants should be equal to 0. So first of all, this is 0, but in here can you see 2 variables are there. So why not I calculate another thing? So let me just write 1, 2, 3 and okay. So to calculate beta, now let me just fix minus 4, then we have 5, then we have 3 and 1, 3 and beta. We can calculate this. This is also 0. These two determinants are 0. From here I can calculate the value of, or what I can do is, I can actually write the second row, let me write as it is. Let's calculate the value of alpha. So second row, let me write as it is. So that would be minus 2 alpha minus 1, right? This is my second row. Minus 2 alpha and minus 1. Okay. My third row would be minus 4, 5 and 3. From here I can get the value of alpha. Let's do this. So 1, 3 alpha plus 5. Then we have plus 2 and we have 3 to the 6 minus 15. We have minus 4 and then we have minus 2 minus 3 alpha. This is equals to what? 0. So 3 alpha, 4 3s are 12. So 15 alpha and 5 minus 30. So minus 25. Minus 25 plus 8. So we are getting what? 1 second. 6 minus 15 is minus 9. So minus 18. So 5 minus 18 plus 5 minus 18, 4 2s are, so plus 8 is equals to 0. Right? So 15 alpha will be equal to 5. Alpha is coming out as 1 by 3. Yes, alpha is coming out as 1 by 3. The moment I see alpha 1 by 3, now open this as well. Alpha beta plus 3 plus 2 times 2 beta minus 9 plus 1. We have minus 2 minus 3 alpha is equals to 0. Right? So alpha, the value of alpha is 1 by 3. Beta by 3 plus 4 beta minus 18 minus 2 minus 1. By the way, alpha ki value 1 by 3, so this would be minus 1. Okay. So this is 4 3s are 12. So 13 beta by 3 and we have what? Minus 2 minus 1 and 3 plus 3 minus 3 cancel. So we will get is equals to 18. So beta is coming out as 54 by 3, right? This is your beta, this is your alpha. Plug in the values. So you will get 12 by 3 plus 13 into 54 by 13. 13 gone. This is 3 4s are 12. So 4 plus 54 is nothing but 58. 58 is absolutely correct. All right. Yes. Cool. Okay, so Mohammed is asking, ma'am, how are you getting the second matrix? So basically, in such questions, you can create 4 matrix. 4 determinants actually. 4 determinants can be formed. First determinant would be formed by the coefficient of x, y and z. So 1 minus 2, 1, right? Next would be 2, alpha 3, 3 minus 1 beta. That is first determinant. And then second determinant, so I have created the first determinant by this method only. Now second determinant for second, what I have did is, so basically can you see 1, 3 and beta has been removed. 1, 3 and beta has been removed and I have written the constant term minus 4, 5 and 3. That's how you can create. You can create 2 more determinants. So just create out of 4 any 2 determinants you can take, equate it to 0. You will get 2 equations, 2 unknowns. You will solve, get the value, put the value. Okay? Now chemistry teachers are here, Nabamita ma'am and Nandini ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you. Hi guys, how are you all? Was chemistry easy today or tough? What answer do we have? Just give us a minute. I've sent it in the chat. Teacher studio. Yeah. You guys, easy? Gara is saying easy. Yes. What else? What else? What else? Chalo. Okay, so this is the first question that we have here. And the first question is about which of the following is amphoteric. Now, how many of you remember the funny mnemonic that I told you? Do you remember? Yes, chemistry was tough. Not at all, yeah, not at all. But yeah, agreed that comparatively, when we compare it with the previous day's question papers, yes, this was slightly, we can say, just a little bit of level up, but that's it. It's still not the JEE standard that we have usually seen. Any which ways. Now, how many of you remember? Alia and Zoya sang a Punjabi song, but Aishwarya fetched crores. Do you remember that? I have told you. Yes. And which of the following is amphoteric? The correct answer is SnO2 and PbO2. 1 second. Sorry. Yes. The correct answer is option B here. SnO2 and PbO2. This is the correct answer. Is that right, everybody? Very good. Very good. Tomorrow chemistry is tough or easy, ma'am. Bacha, NTA is not related to me. Not my cousin. What to do? Yes, and here this is the explanation from NCERT, which you will be able to read it. And the answer is, it says that those which are in lower oxidation state, that means the dioxide CO2, SiO2 and GeO2 are acidic, whereas SnO2 and PbO2 are amphoteric in nature. And among the monooxides, CO is neutral, GeO is distinctly acidic, whereas SnO and PbO are amphoteric. So this is the correct explanation as well. Now moving on to the next question, which Nandini ma'am is going to take over from.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. How is everybody's chemistry exam and how is organic chemistry? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, everybody's just replying to this question. The question on your screen, bacha, is from the chapter Biomolecules. Again, every time we have seen at least 1 or 2 questions in each shift. A question has been asked from the chapter Biomolecules. Again, a very direct NCERT line-to-line question has been asked. You just have to match the reactants with the products in this case, right? So whenever I react glucose with HI, so all these reactions, where are all these reactions from? All these reactions are from the carbohydrate section of a biomolecules, right? Where you actually find out what is the structure of glucose, right? All these reactions help in the detection of the structure of glucose. Very important, 6-7 reactions were there. And 4 of them are asked here, right? So the first reaction is glucose plus HI. So what happens when I react with glucose and HI? You get a normal hexane molecule, which means what? Reduction takes place with HI, right? So I can match A option with second, right? Now glucose plus NaBH4, again another kind of reduction, because NaBH4 is again a reducing agent. But what it reduces? It just reduces your CHO group. Do you remember? Only the CHO group gets converted into your alcohol group. So the answer here is sorbitol. Similarly, glucose plus bromine water. Bromine water is what? A very good oxidizing agent, right? So it actually makes gluconic acid, and the glucose plus HNO3 gives you saccharic acid, because HNO3 is even much more stronger oxidizing agent. So it oxidizes both the aldehyde as well as your secondary alcohol part, correct? Okay, let us look at all these reactions. See, I've attached the screenshot from the NCERT. When I react glucose with HI, you get a normal hexane. When I react glucose with bromine water, you get gluconic acid. When I react glucose with, when I oxidize glucose, means what? You're using HNO3, which is a very strong oxidizing agent. Then you get saccharic acid, and even if you try to oxidize your gluconic acid, you again get saccharic acid. Very, very important reaction. And the last reaction, which is again your reduction reaction, when you choose NaBH4, what is happening? The CHO group gets converted into CH2OH group. So all these reactions are given in your NCERT. I've attached the screenshots. None of the reactions are out of the syllabus, right? Now let's move on to the next question. again a very, very extremely easy question from your chapter hydrocarbons from your 11th class, right? What is the reaction? Look at this reaction, very kiddish reaction, kindergarten reaction from the 11th class chemistry book has been asked. So you have been given a bromide, right? An alkyl bromide has been given to you and you have to react it with alcoholic KOH. What is the function of alcoholic KOH? The term to focus upon is alcoholic. Alcoholic KOH actually acts as a very good eliminating agent, right? So with alcoholic KOH, elimination reaction occurs, right? Elimination reaction occurs, and what will happen? I will write down here. Here is your alkyl halide CH3, CH2, CH2Br, and when I react it with alcoholic KOH, what happens? This Br and H from here goes away and you get a bacha what? You get a highly more substituted alkene, which more substituted alkene, which is called the Sedzef rule, according to the Sedzef rule, right? So here it will come CH3, CH2 double bond CH2. This is your CH double bond CH2. 1 second. Yes. So this is the first product number A. Now when I react it with HBr again addition reaction occurs according to the Markovnikov rule. So your Br will get attached here and H will Br will get attached here and H will get attached here, right? This is aqueous.
This is aqueous.
We can change it. We can make it aqueous.
We can make it aqueous, yes.
So here, if students are saying this is aqueous KOH, so we can attach aqueous KOH. Now, when I react this with aqueous KOH, what happens with aqueous KOH? Again, it gives us a addition product, isn't it? Aqueous KOH again gives us an addition product. So the final product that you're going to get is CH3, CHOH and CH3, right? So this is your final product, which is propane 2-ol. If in the reaction instead of alcoholic aqueous KOH is given, so the correct answer is propane 2-ol. Because here the addition occurs according to your Markovnikov rule, right? Next. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, this is mine. Taking over. Now the question is, how many of the following compounds have sp3 hybridized central atom? Now we do not know exactly if these are the options. However, whatever we have from here, I can tell you everybody that for H2O, let's have a look at it. H2O. This will be sp3 hybridized. Am I right, everybody? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Previous question, it was not. Chalo bacha, let's do one thing. Gara, you can tell us what is the correct answer, because see, these are all memory based, right? So whatever the students have told us, we have written that, but I understand that some of it might be not exactly right. No worries, you can tell us this questions later on. Anyway, for H2O, if we draw it, we will see that this is how it looks like. Correct? So this will be sp3 hybridized. Then if we come to NH3, what do we have? Yes, this is also sp3 hybridized, correct? Now for SiO2, if you just draw one single SiO2, this will not come out to be as sp3. But when it forms a polymer, when it forms a 3D network, at that point you will see that it also has sp3 hybridization. All right, this will also have sp3 hybridization, and that is why 1, 2, 3 correct answer is 3. All right, that is why the correct answer is 3. Am I making sense, everybody? Yes? Do you all understand? Do you all understand? Yes, the answer is 3 because of this. Okay, because of this. Chalo. Now moving on to the next question, everybody. The next question. Okay, again, we are not very sure if this is the question, if these are the options, but let me still take care of it. Which compound is white in color in aqueous medium? Now, you all know the color of copper sulfate. You all know that there is a color that is present in FeSO4. However, ZnSO4, everybody, we all know that when Zn is in +2 oxidation state, it will still have 3d10-4s0. That means that all the electrons that are present in the Zn2 plus, they are all paired up. And if all the electrons are paired up, do you think that there will be color that will be exhibited? Not at all. That is why this will be white in color. Okay, that is why this will be white in color. Chalo. Moving on from here. Ma'am, 1 second. Somehow this went. Okay, no problem. No problem. It's okay. It's okay. We will check it out here. No worries. Yes. Did we get this answer, everybody? CH4 was also there. The answer was 4. Acha, if CH4 was also there, then yes, you are right. If CH4 was also there, then the answer has to be 4. Options were, there was lead also. Please let us know the option, okay? Please let us know the option. Do let us know the option. It was not BF3, it was BEF3. ठीक है. The answer is supposed to be either 3 or 4. The answer is supposed to be either 3 or 4. Get it? Yes? Alrighty. Alright, now moving on towards the next question. The next question is on which factor electrical conductivity of electrolytic cell does not depend. Acha. The question is on which factor electrical conductivity of electrolytic cell does not depend. Does not depend, guys. But we know that concentration of electrolyte will obviously be a factor which will change the electrical conductivity, right? Yes, so this cannot be the answer. Amount of electrolyte added, obviously this will also be a factor which can change the electrical conductivity. So this also cannot be the answer. Temperature, definitely that will also be a factor. But nature of electrode is that factor which will not change the electrical conductivity. Once again, we are not very sure about if the options are right or wrong. However, this is what we got it. Okay, we got the question as this, and that is why we are explaining this to you. Yes. Chalo. Moving on to the next question. The next question is decreasing order of electron gain enthalpy of the following elements. Magnitude only. Now, in your NCERT, you actually do have a table. Yes, you actually do have a table where all these, all the values are written. However, what is our common sense? Our common sense obviously tells us that electron gain enthalpy of fluorine will be much more than bromine. Yes, this will be in the second position. Then it will be sulfur, and finally argon. Argon, will it even have an electron gain enthalpy? It's going to be very, very, very low, isn't it? So from this, we understand that it is CBAD. That means that option C is our correct answer, right? CBAD, option C is our correct answer. Make sense, everybody? Yes? Chalo. Moving on to the next question again. The next question is, ma'am, here you go. Again, we do not know if this question has come. Has it come? Sorry.
Yeah, some students are telling us that this question was there, so we are going to solve it. Okay, the question was moles of CH4 required for the formation of 22 gram of CO2 is M into 10 to the power minus 2. Again, an extremely easy question. We just need to write the balanced chemical equation. And how to write the balanced chemical equation? We are doing nothing. We are just doing the combustion of methane, right? Combustion of methane happens in presence of oxygen, and we get CO2 plus H2O molecule here. Right, now to balance this equation, here there are 4 hydrogens. So here I will write again 2. So here now there are 2 plus 2, 4 oxygen. So here I'll again write 2. So this is the balanced chemical equation. What can you tell from this equation, bacha? That if 1 mole of methane is combusted or oxidized, we get how many moles of CO2? We just get 1 mole of CO2.
Achha, here there is a slight change. M multiplied with 10 to the power minus 1. Is that what you're saying? No. So we must get the value 10 to the power minus 1, not 2.
I think it's -2 only. If you want to get the correct answer.
They are saying that m into 10 to the power. Guys, what was it? 10 to the power -1 or 10 to... No, 10 to the power -2. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. You are confused.
So this question was there, right? This question was there.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we are doing, bacha, with 1 mole of methane, we are getting 1 mole of CO2, right? And 1 mole of CO2 has how many grams? What is the molar mass of CO2, bacha? It is 44 gram per mole, isn't it? It is 44 gram per mole. But can you see that what moles of ethane are required for 22 gram of CO2? 22 gram, if it is, what happened?
What happened?
Do not step on this. Why they said that?
I did? Okay.
Probably.
All right.
1 second. Sorry, okay, we're back. So with 1 mole of CO2, we're getting 1 mole of methane, we're getting 1 mole of CO2. So with 22 grams of CO2 means what? It is 0.5 mole of CO2, right? So with 0.5 mole, to get 0.5 mole of CO2, I need 0.5 mole of methane. This is correct. Okay? Nobody should have any doubt in this. So 0.5 mole of methane is required. So this is a very direct question. Now m into 10 to the power -2 means what? So the value of m will come out to be 50 into 10 raised to the power -2 moles of methane. Simple question. You had to do zero calculation in this. Okay, if you're a JEE student, you require zero calculation for this question. Again, a very interesting question. The question is the total number of different alkanes formed when the following mixture is subjected to electrolysis. This is again a new kind of question. This type of question hasn't been asked in all the other shifts. So please pay attention to this because this can be asked again even in evening shift or even for tomorrow, right? So what is happening when I'm electrolyzing the first species? What is the first species? It is CH3COONA, isn't it? So when I try to electrolyze this species, what I will get? I will get CH3COO minus ion, correct? And here after electrolysis, what will happen? CO2 will go away. So I'll be left with a methyl free radical, right? I will be left with the first species. I will get a methyl free radical, and with the second species, what it is? It is C2H5COONA, right? When I try to electrolyze it, what I will get? I will get C2H5COO minus, correct? And here CO2 will again escape as a gas, okay? And I will be left with ethyl free radical, right? This is how electrolysis processes occur. Nobody should have any doubt in this, right? So two kinds of free radicals are generated. Now, what is the property of a free radical? To just combine either with itself or with some other free radical, right? So now what all products can you expect from this CH3? So this CH3 free radical can combine with itself, right? Can combine with itself and form a C2H5 molecule, C2H6 molecule, correct? And similarly, this is the first product. What can be the second product? The CH3 free radical can combine with the C2H5 free radical, okay? Now what will be the question? What will be the answer, bacha? It can be C3H 3 plus 5 is 7. C3H7 free radical. Okay? C3H8, which is a propane. And in your third question, it can be C2H5 free radical plus C2H5 free radical can again combine together and form your butane molecule. Isn't it? It will be C4H10 molecule. Anybody has any doubt in this? So these are the three kinds of reactions that you will get, three kinds of products that you will get. I am rubbing this thing. Okay? These are the three kinds of products that you will get finally. So 3 products you can expect from this reaction. Now next. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Moving on to the next question here. So this question was there. Yes, if 1 Faraday of electricity is used in the discharging of Cu 2 plus, then find the mass in gram of Cu deposited. Now this is also actually a very simple and very easy question. It does not require much of explanation. I will just quickly show you here. So we can understand that when Cu plus 2 will gain 2 electrons, it will form Cu, isn't it? Yes. That means that 2 moles of electrons are required to deposit 1 mole of copper. And as per the question, you are given 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday means 1 mole. That means that the weight of the copper that will get deposited on passing 2 Faradays of electricity is the mass of copper, which is 63.5. But here, as per the question, we are given 1 Faraday, not 2 Faraday. If it is 1 Faraday, then that means it will be half of it. So 63.5, half of it will be 31.75 gram, and that means that the answer is option A. Yes, answer is option A. Was that correct, everybody? Yes, was that correct? Very good. Chalo. Somebody is asking what? From where do we get the question paper? There are a lot of students like you who are in contact with us. You guys, you tell us in the, Telegram channel. Some of you give it to us in a Google form. So that's how we have to pick it from many sources. Anyway, chalo, moving on. Statement 1. Dichromates are generally made from chromates. Yes, this is a true statement. This is the true statement. I will show you the explanation. The explanation is directly from your NCERT, right? And guys, I don't know if you remember, yesterday while I was ending the session, I told you all that potassium permanganate has been repeated 2-3 times. So there is a chance that they will deviate towards potassium dichromate. By the way, at 3 o'clock, shorts, YT shorts will be uploaded wherein all the repeated questions are there. Please watch it. It will be helpful for you. Okay. Statement 2. Manganate ions are diamagnetic. This is true? No. Permanganate ions are diamagnetic. Manganate ions are paramagnetic because there is one electron which can contribute towards the magnetic moment. So here, if you check it out, see, potassium dichromate is a very important chemical, whatever, then dichromates are generally prepared from chromate, which in turn are obtained by the fusion of chromite ore with the sodium potassium carbonate in free access of air. Do you see? Do you see? So that means that this is a true statement and this is a false statement. So what can we say? We can say that statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. Make sense, everybody? This is correct? This is correct? Yes? This is correct, everybody? All right. Chalo, guys. Moving on to the next question then. Which have highest electron gain enthalpy? Once again, we are not very sure about the options here. However, the moment you see that there is fluorine, there is chlorine, there is bromine and iodine, you know the answer, that will be Cl. Why? Fluorine atom, the size of the fluorine atom is very, very chotu. So what happens is the incoming electron faces repulsion from the existing electrons, right? Which is why chlorine has better electron gain enthalpy, and this is the order. This is the order of electron gain enthalpy. All right. Yes, let us move on to the next question then. Which of the following are generally used in batteries? Okay. So now, yes, this is also a part, this is also from your NCERT. If you have just read, if you have just gone through the battery part, I'm pretty sure that you must have seen, you all have heard about zinc, cadmium, mercury batteries. You have heard. Manganese also is used in batteries. Only maybe there was another option that was probably Cr. So these two are not used in batteries. Baki, remaining all these 4 are used in batteries. So yes, your answer becomes 4. Okay, your answer becomes 4. Right, everybody? Which one is wrong question, bacha? Which one is wrong question? Do let us know in the comment section. Yes, please do let us know. We will change it and we will get back. Don't worry. Yes. Now Nandini ma'am will again take over. Ma'am, I think this question is not complete. Do we have the options?
Yeah, we have the options.
We have the options?
Yes.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So I will just write down the options. This question is again, bacha, from the solutions chapter. Extremely important kind of questions. This kind of question was asked even yesterday also. So the question is, which of the following give positive deviation from Raoult's law? I will just quickly write down the option. First option was CS2 plus, I guess, let me check. CS2 plus acetone. Okay, this is the first option. The second option is aniline plus phenol, right? And the third option with you is chloroform plus acetone. What it is? It is chloroform plus acetone. Okay, positive deviation. Okay, understand the term positive deviation. What does it mean? When positive deviation from Raoult's law actually happens when you get a graph with a positive bump, right? Positive bump when it happens when the interaction between the molecules actually reduces, hence their vapor pressure. What will happen to the vapor pressure? It will actually increase, right? So for example, look at the B option. B is aniline and phenol. I'll just draw the structure of aniline and phenol. So this is aniline, NH3, right? And this is, bacha, your phenol molecule, right? This is OH group, isn't it? So this is the aniline and phenol molecule. What will happen when I mix these two things, bacha? When I mix these two things, there will be a formation of a new kind of bond, which is called the hydrogen bonding between this oxygen and this nitrogen, isn't it? Between this hydrogen and even in this nitrogen. So there will be a formation of a new kind of hydrogen bonding. So what will that bonding do? It will actually bring the molecules together, and if it is bringing the molecules together, those molecules will not be able to escape from your solution, right? Because now they are held together strongly by the hydrogen bond. So whenever there is a formation of a new kind of H bonding, as we all know, is a very, very strong kind of bond. So whenever strong bonds are being formed, what is happening? The molecules are not able to escape. Hence, these kind of molecules will show negative deviation from Raoult's law. Okay? So whenever any stronger bonds are formed, for example, even in chloroform and acetone, what is happening? The structure of chloroform is somewhat like this. Okay? Chloroform is CCl3, Cl, here it is H, and acetone is what? Acetone is C double bond O, CH3 and CH3, right? So this is the acetone molecule and this is a chloroform molecule, and when I mix these two together, can you see there is a formation of hydrogen bonding between this oxygen and this hydrogen. So what will this bonding do? This will bring the molecules closer together and the bonding will be very strong. The molecules will not be able to escape. Hence, it will form a negative deviation from Raoult's law. Correct? It will form, bacha, what? A negative deviation from Raoult's law. So the only option that will remain is with CS2 and acetone. So whenever I try to mix these two solvents, what is happening? That there is no formation of new kinds of hydrogen bonding. Instead, the vapor pressure actually rises, right? So here only this option will show what? This option will show your positive deviation from Raoult's law. Okay? I'm going to explain a bit more about this question. Let us move on to the next. 1 second. Yes, let us move on to here. I'm going to explain. For example, for positive deviation, let us take more example. For example, C2H5OH, and if I mix C2H5OH and your water molecule, okay? Or if I try to mix your water molecule with CCl4 molecule, right? CCl4, which is a non-polar molecule, and when I try to mix it with the polar molecule H2O, what it is doing? It is actually, so this is your water molecule, okay? And here it is forming a hydrogen bonding with another water molecule, but when you are adding a molecule of CCl4 in it, it is actually trying to weaken this bond, isn't it? So whenever this bond, this hydrogen bonding is getting weakened, in this case, the molecules or the solutions actually show, bacha, what? Actually show positive deviation from Raoult's law. Okay? Always remember, what is negative deviation? Whenever there is a formation of a new kind of bond and the molecules are coming closer to each other, then they will show a negative deviation. But when the bonding is actually breaking, okay, or some molecules are adding, you're adding non-polar molecules within the polar molecules, so they will weaken the bond and hence they will show a positive deviation. Okay? So from that example, CS2 and acetone seems to be the correct example. And what is this screenshot? This screenshot actually explains to you that these kind of questions we have been teaching students whenever they bought the courses of Vedantu. Similar question was a very similar question was in the Vedantu manual, which people have attended, and Vedantu kids have gotten it right due to that. Okay, this is a live example of that. Let's move on to the next question. Yes. Noble gases have very high boiling point. Noble gas have weak dispersion forces. This is the question on your screen. So noble gases, do noble gases have very high boiling point? What is the answer to that? Can you just look at the name of this gas? The name is noble gas. Gas means what, bacha? Gas means that they are already in the... For a molecule to be in the gaseous state, their boiling point has to be really low, correct? So this statement in itself is actually a very false statement, right? And noble gases have weak dispersion forces in them. Is this statement right? This statement is absolutely correct. Why? Because in noble gases there is only and only one kind of interaction, which is your van der Waals, or whether you call it dispersion forces. Those kind of forces are the weakest forces and the only forces that exist in the noble gases. Okay? So this is a true statement, and due to these weak dispersion forces, they actually have a very low boiling point. Okay?
True. Do we have any other question?
We have many more.
Okay. What do we have?
Oh, this is again.
This is again yours.
Yeah. So, bacha, this question again is from your organic. Extremely easy organic question is asked. pKa value of phenol and ethanol is 10 and 15.9 respectively. So, I will draw the structure for you right here. What is phenol? Phenol is actually this. Okay? And what is ethanol? Ethanol molecule looks like this. Okay? Acidity. Whenever we are talking about acidity, what is the thing that we're considering? We're considering which of them actually gives away H plus ion most easily, right? Whichever molecule will give away the H plus ion most easily will be more acidic, correct? And how we will judge that capacity of the molecule? That capacity of the molecule is judged on the basis of the conjugate anion formed. Okay? So the stability of the conjugate ion actually decides whatever, whether this acid will be strong or whether the acid would be weak. So this will be the conjugate ion formed after I take away H plus ions from both of them, right? Now can you see this O negative charge which is on the phenol, it can actually resonate inside the ring, okay? Resonate inside the benzene ring, hence it will get too many resonating structures, hence increasing the stability of this anion. This anion is called what? This anion is called phenoxide anion, right? So this actually increases the stability of phenoxide anion, but in this case, can you see? In this case, actually two alkyl groups are attached to it. And what is the function of alkyl group? It is an electron donating group. So these alkyl groups are actually decreasing the stability of this anion formed because these are electron what? These are electron donating groups, right? So in this case, actually the pKa value of phenol, ab pKa and acidity. So now I know based on the stability of these two anions that phenol is more acidic. Phenol is more acidic than ethanol. Now I know based on the stability of the anion. This is the acidity order, right? But you should remember that acidity and your pKa value have an inverse relationship, right? When the acidity is high, the value of pKa will be low. So here in this statement, phenol should have a low pKa value, which is correct, and ethanol should have a higher pKa value because it is less acidic. So this statement seems to be a very, very correct statement, right? Now let's look at the statement number 2. Ethanol is more acidic than phenol. No, we just discussed this. This is a false statement because phenol is more acidic than ethanol due to the stability of the negative charge of the phenoxide ion due to resonance present in the benzene ring. Correct? Very easy, extremely easy GOC question again asked. Okay? Now, which of the following does not give color with concentrated H2SO4 molecule? Again, extremely interesting question. I know. You must look at this question. I will consider this question under the difficult category. Why? Because and also this question can be considered under the most easiest category. And why am I saying that, bacha? Kyunki you know that whenever I pour H2SO4, which is an acid on something, what will happen? It will give away some gaseous vapors due to it, right? So whenever I pour H2SO4 on NaBr, what can be the scenario? Matlab, what can be the equation? Okay? You can just predict the equation in this case. And what I'm predicting, looking at this, that because I'm pouring acid on a metal, NaBr is what? Sodium is a metal. So it will give away some gas. Okay, this is a 10th class reaction. Some gas, and what gas can it be? It can be probably a bromine gas. Hai na? It can probably a bromine gas. And bromine gas is what? It is reddish brown in color or red in color, right? So it has some color in it. So this option seems to be a false option. Similarly, if I pour H2SO4 on CF2, okay? H2SO4 and CF2, what can be the possibility of the gas that is coming out of it? The possibility is the gas that comes out of it is actually a HF gas. HF gas is a colorless gas. What gas it is? It is a colorless gas. Hence, this option seems to be the correct option. Similarly, in NaNO3, if I react it with again H2SO4, what can be the possibility? The possibility is probably due to this NO3 anion, the possibility is that NO2 gas might be released. NO2 has reddish brown vapors. Okay, NO2 is again a colored gas. Okay, now I'm reacting I minus anion with again H2SO4 acid. H2SO4, it is a very strong acid, and also remember H2SO4 is a very, very good oxidizing agent. Okay, what it is doing in each of these cases, it is oxidizing the Br, which is in -1 state, to Br2, which is a 0 state, right? So it is oxidizing Br -1 to Br2. Again, in this case, it is oxidizing NO3 minus into NO2. In this case, it will oxidize I minus to I2 vapors. I2 vapors are, bacha, what? Violet in color. Okay? These are violet in color. Okay? So the only correct option seems to be this one. Okay? Even if you have used some amount of your brain, and you didn't panic in this question, you could have given the correct answer. Even if you tried, that the correct answer only seemed to be the CF2 value. Okay? Okay, another organic question. So here you have to react phenyl MgX, which is what? Which is again your Grignard reagent. Okay, the first reagent is your Grignard reagent. The second reagent is actually NH4Cl. And the question was that in the product, how many phenyl groups are there? I guess that was the question. Probably, let me check. I mean, this was the question. Okay, now let us try to solve. Now, what you can what is the problem statement here? The problem statement here seems to be, one second, let me draw the structure. So this is your CHO molecule. ठीक है, and here at the trans position is your OH group.
See.
ठीक है. Okay, so here is the OH group. Now I am trying to react the Grignard reagent, which is phenyl magnesium halide, to it. Now I know that what is the quality of the Grignard reagent, that it can attack this carbon also, and it can attack this oxygen as well. Okay, it has two possibilities of attack. Now the question is, ma'am, where will this attack finally? So bacha, whenever you have like a what, you have a problem statement like this.
Question was number of hydroxy elements, number of OH groups.
Number of OH groups attached. Okay, number of OH groups attached. Okay, so we have to tell that in product how many OH groups are present. Okay, okay, extremely easy question once again. So whenever I'm trying to react a Grignard reagent and I have two options with me, one of the option is a carbonyl group and the other option is a hydroxy group. Now I know that the Grignard reagent actually has the capacity to attack both of these compounds. Okay, but where will it attack first? So bacha, the most common attack, the most reactive attack is actually the acid base attack. Okay, acid base attack is what? That the first phenyl atom will attack this O minus group. Okay, so the first answer will be this. The first intermediate formed will be somewhat like this. Here it is your COOH group, and here with your OMGX will attach. Okay, here the Grignard reagent will attack, and your plus it will form phenyl or your benzene ring, PH plus H. Okay, here a benzene ring will be formed. But if you have excess of phenyl magnesium halide, which is a Grignard reagent, so what it can do? It can again attack your carbonyl compound. Okay, here if it attacks a carbonyl compound, what will be the product, bacha? The product will be here again a benzene ring is there. Okay, here CH, here it will come OMGX. Okay, and here this is the compound, and here it will come PH group. Okay, this is again another possibility, and here OMGX will be there. Okay, so I've attached all these things. Now the second reagent given to you is ammonium chloride. So what do you understand by ammonium chloride? Here I can see that this is an acidic salt. Why? Because it has the capacity or the capability to give away H plus ion. Can you see? Ammonium chloride is an acidic salt, and it behaves in the similar manner as your hydration groups happen, right? How do you do the hydration? You do the hydration like this, H2O in presence of H plus ion, right? So whether H2O or H plus is mentioned or whether NH4Cl is mentioned, both of them perform the same function of hydration. So the final answer will be somewhat like this. The final answer will be C, PH, here it will be OH, here it will be H, and here it will be again OH. Okay, so how many OH groups are attached? I can see that 2 OH groups are finally attached to your product. Okay, so this is the final answer to your question. Anybody has any doubt in this? It's a very beautiful question. People are giving various answers to it, but according to me, this seems to be the correct response, because otherwise it wouldn't have asked you to count the number of OH groups attached. But if it was mentioned in the question, because I do not have the question paper, you have the question paper in front of you. If in the question paper it was mentioned that only one equivalent of PHMGX of RMGX is given, then you would have to react it with just this hydroxyl group and not the carbonyl group. Okay, because when I compare the reactivity of both these things with the hydroxyl group, RMGX react the fastest and the quickest. Okay, if only one equivalent is present, but if phenyl MgX is given in excess, then you can react with both of these groups, and the final answer will be somewhat like this. Okay, based on the question asked, you have to like manipulate your answer, learn that trick. Next question. Yes, which of the following have 6 electrons in carbon? And these are the options given to you. Carbocation, carboanion, carbon free radical. Again, an extremely easy question. So what is the structure of a carbocation, bacha? Carbocation has 3 H groups here, 3 alkyl groups here, and its p orbital is vacant. So a carbocation has actually 6 electrons. Similarly, a carboanion has, this is the carboanion structure, and its p orbital, it has a lone pair of electrons. So this has 8 electrons in it. And next is your carbon free radical. In free radical, again the carbon is attached to 3 other alkyl groups, and in its p orbital there is a odd electron species. Only 1 electron is present, so it is a 7 electron species. And the question asked was for 6 electrons, so the correct answer seems to be carbocation. Also remember, even carbene has how many electrons in it? It has 6 electrons. What is the structure of carbene? Carbene looks like this, Cl, Cl, and here 2 electrons are present. So this is again a 6 electron species. If carbene hasn't been asked yet, it can be asked in your next session. Okay, let's move forward. Adsorption method is used in, again, a very qualitative organic chemistry question. Questions from practical organic chemistry. Questions from qualitative method is used in bacha chromatography technique, right? Because in extractional method it is not used. In distillation method we actually make use of the difference in the boiling points of the 2 substances. In sublimation, again what happens, the solid is directly converted into a gaseous substance, so it has no relation with the adsorption process. But in chromatography, no matter what kind, whether it is paper chromatography, whether it is column chromatography, in both these kinds of chromatography, you make use of adsorption technique. What happens in paper chromatography, the compounds get stuck on the paper and it moves with the solvent. Similarly, in column chromatography, the compounds get stuck with their stationary phase, and when you put the mobile phase on it, the compound moves along with it. So no matter what kind of chromatography is given, chromatography uses the process of adsorption. Okay? Now next, again, correct IUPAC name of the following. Again, a very, very extremely easy question, 10th class level question. So here what you have to do, you just have to identify the principal, the primary functional group. The principal functional group here seems to be the ketone, correct? Correct, ketone seems to be the principal functional group. Now count the number of carbons with me. Number 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbons are there, right? And at the 7th carbon there's a hydroxy group present. Hydroxy group. Whenever OH is used as a substituent, its name changes to hydroxy. So at the 7th position there is a hydroxy group. So this seems to be the correct answer, 7 hydroxy. Hept 2 at the 2nd position there's a ketone, so hept 2 on. This seems to be the correct option. Again, extremely easy peasy question. This time chemistry was actually good. I liked solving questions. It had a mixture of easy, difficult, moderate, all kinds of questions were there. Okay? White colored compound. Here, ma'am, you want to take this?
Just tell them the answer.
So here the answer is actually lead sulfate.
Yes, lead sulfate is the correct answer. I think we are done with the questions, aren't we?
Okay.
Do we have this as well?
Yeah, so this is again a DNF block question. Again, DNF block questions have been asked time and again, bacha. Is CrO4 is square planar compound? No, CrO4 is what kind of compound? It's a tetrahedral compound. This statement is false. CrO4 is a tetrahedral. All the oxygens are in sp3 hybridization state. And Cr2O7 2- is generally prepared from CrO4 2-. Is this statement true? This statement seems to be extremely true. Why? Because Cr2O7 actually gets converted into CrO4 2 minus in the presence of a basic medium, and if I again give it an acidic medium, then it again changes to dichromate. Okay, so this is a very popular reaction of DNF block of chromates. Like dichromates get converted into chromates and chromates get converted into dichromates. So this is a true statement. The third statement is MnO4 2 minus is used to prepare NoMnO4 minus. Again, extremely true statement. The process used to do this is called electrolysis process, right? So this is again a true statement. So DNF block questions are extremely prevalent. I think we have solved all the questions, ma'am.
Yes.
We have done this question.
This we are done with.
We have done this question.
We are done with.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this was the last question with us.
Yes, this was the last question, and I believe that out of 30 questions, you guys have a great memory that you could come up with at least how many? We were done with 23 questions we solved. 7 questions you guys did not remember, but it's okay, no worries. Now, time for the next session, everybody. The shorts that I told you about, that is up, everyone, and all the required links that you want. If you want crash course, you want a book, you want a test, you want mock test, everything, all the essential links are right below this video in the description box, everybody. Yes, all right, cool. And with this note, we will see you after the second shift of your exam. Do let us know about the questions. Yes, start chatting up. We will also keep a tab on the comment section. We will take some questions from you. So once you are done with the test, come back and let us know about your questions. All right, with this note, tara bye-bye and all the very best. We will see you in the evening once again. See you, bye.
Hello guys, the session is not over. Yeah, so sorry. There are questions.
There are more questions, yes.
Yeah,
Physics
it's
and mathematics.
I'll do it
Come
here
now.
only. I'll do it here only. No issues.
Done?
Yeah. Perfect. ठीक है. Perfect.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sorry.
Hey, warriors, let everybody know that Shreyas is back. Okay, and Namrata ma'am is also going to be here. Yes, chemistry teachers were in full josh.
Yeah, we thought 23 questions over, we are done.
See, that's what. Chemistry questions, you will get it very easily. है ना? Physics and maths only took time this time. So, my dear students, everybody live, everybody is able to hear me, live audible. Just let me know. Wow. Perfects. Yes. Everybody is able to hear me? Quickly let me know in the chat box. What is this? Save. Yeah, cool. So let's begin with the class. I think, yeah, the pen is right over here. Okay. Chalo, let's begin. This question says the bulk modulus of rubber is this much. Depth is asked for a change in the volume by this much %. Density is given. This pattern, this model was repeated in the previous day. So if you were present in the discussion, this would be a very, very easy peasy lemon squeezy problem. We all know that the bulk modulus is the change in the pressure upon change in volume relatively. So the change in the pressure will be, take this on the upper side, bulk modulus into the relative change in volume. Pressure change is rho GH. So that is bulk modulus into delta V by V. So now you just have to substitute. Density is 10 to the power 3. Gravity is 10. H is H is equal to, bulk modulus is 9 into 10 to the power 8, and the relative change in how much? 0.02%. So divided by 100. Solving this, you will get the value of height. Comes out to be as 18 meters. Just check it if you are getting it as 18 meters. You can also use my trick of, ignoring the powers of 10. Very good. Awesome. Yes, everybody. Sir, lagging. Check now if it is fine. Is it fine now? Give me a thumbs up. Everybody in the chat box. Give me a thumbs up if I am properly audible and visible. See if everything is fine now. Just let me know. I'm waiting. Give me a thumbs up. Yes. And guys, please concentrate on the class. Don't just chit chat and do some random things and unnecessary flirting. If you want to flirt, please download many apps. I can suggest you. If you want, I'll make a separate video also on that, on which apps you can use for speed dating and everything. Okay? But this is not the place. YouTube is the worst place, to, and especially paper discussion, JEE Mains paper discussion. What are you guys even thinking? Really? Now it's okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So what do we have over here? Two equal resistances, temperature coefficients. This was a very good question. I in fact told in the start also, and I feel the same way, that this paper was a notch higher than the earlier days paper. So question is to find the equivalent temperature coefficient. So first let's solve for series. So when the resistors are in series, then if this is R, the equivalent will be 2R, right? So if I want to find the equivalent temperature coefficient in both the cases, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say that delta R equivalent will be delta R in 1 plus delta R in 2. Delta R in 1 plus delta R in 2. The change in the equivalent resistance will be change in the each of the resistances separately, because they are in series. I just have to add them. So what will this be equal to? Delta R equivalent will be 2R into 1 plus alpha delta T. 1 plus alpha is that equivalent alpha, okay, delta T. Delta R1 will be initial resistance 1 plus, actually I don't even have to do 1 plus, it's delta. So I can just write 2R alpha equivalent delta T is equal to R alpha 1 delta T plus, here you will have R alpha 2 delta T. That's all. So R cancels, delta T cancels. So 2 times alpha equivalent will be alpha 1 plus alpha 2. So alpha equivalent will be alpha 1 plus alpha 2 divided by 2. How many of you got it? Yes, everyone. Very good. Keep it up. So that is the correct answer. But there was one more situation when they are joined in parallel. But let's just check if at least the options are matching. So either it will be B or C. Obviously A and D get ruled out over here. So for parallel, what will you do? My dear students? 1 by R equivalent is 1 by R plus 1 by R. This is for parallel. So that R equivalent will be obviously R by 2, because this will be 2 by R. Reciprocal will be R by 2. Everybody agrees with this? Perfect. So now 1 by delta R will be 1 by delta R1, 1 by delta R2. Just do that. You will get 1 by 2 alpha, and then you have delta T. Sorry, not this one. This will be nothing but R by 2 alpha equivalent delta T will be 1 by alpha 1 plus 1 by R alpha delta 2. That's what I think you should get it as. Now, can I actually write it like this? That's the important question. The answer is no. A lot of people try to do it via this method. This is actually not the right way to solve it, because if 1 by R plus 1 by R is equal to 1 by R equivalent does not mean 1 by delta R is equal to 1 by delta R1 plus 1 by delta R2. This is definitely not correct. So many people try to do it via this way. That's why I wrote it for you and to show you that, listen, this is not something which you can do. The moment you put change, there is derivative, there is delta. You cannot do that. You cannot just take reciprocals and just, simply do the following. Instead, what you can do is 1 by R equivalent. The equivalent resistance is R by 2. So the formula using the thermal resistance concept will be original resistance 1 plus alpha delta T. This is what I can do. This is permitted. This resistance, the first one, will be R 1 plus alpha 1 delta T when I increase the temperature. And for the other one, it will be R 1 plus alpha 2 delta T. That's what it will be. R will cancel, 2 will go on the top, and take it on the top. 1 plus alpha delta t raised to minus 1 will be 1 plus alpha 1 delta t raised to minus 1 plus 1 plus alpha 2 delta t raised to minus 2. Now use binomial approximation because alpha is very small, temperature changes are also not very big. So it will become 1 minus alpha delta t using binomial approximation. So this is approximately now. This will become 1 minus alpha 1 delta t. This will become 1 minus alpha 2 delta t. 1, 1, 2, 2 will cancel. So minus 2 alpha delta t will be minus alpha 1 delta t minus alpha 2 delta t. Delta t cancels, minus minus cancels. Alpha will again be alpha 1 plus alpha 2 by 2, which is option B, of course. This is the correct method. Yes, yes, this is the correct method. Is that right? Everybody understood? Yep. Keep this in mind. So I'm not neglected 1. I have considered 1. This is the actual resistance. Actual resistance is original into 1 plus alpha delta t. Whereas when it was in series, then you could just add them because everything was in the numerator. When it is in the denominator, that's where the trouble lies. If time is this much, find the acceleration of the particle. If time is this much, find the acceleration of the particle, my dear warriors. So what do we do in this particular situation? Look at it. Differentiate. This is a very good question, but this is there in many books. If you see standard books, it's there in most of the assignments, which even I would have done some time back. This we have done it in the nurture or in the old series. So you differentiate this. D with dt will be alpha derivative of x square with respect to time plus beta derivative of x with respect to time. The derivative of time with respect to time is 1. Alpha derivative of x square with respect to time can't be taken, so use chain rule. So it will become 2x into dx by dt plus beta dx by dt. Dx by dt is nothing but velocity. So alpha 2xv plus beta v. Take v common, take velocity common. So 2 alpha x plus beta. So velocity will be 1 by 2 alpha x plus beta. That is what velocity is, but that is not the question. The question is find the acceleration, and acceleration, my dear warriors, is a dv by dt, but I don't think I can do it with respect to time here because none of the things have time which I want. In fact, the options also I think were not in terms of time. So one thing which I can do is do dv by dx into dx by dt. This is chain rule. So this is nothing but dv by dx into v itself. What is the dv by dx? Let's have a look. What is the dv by dx? So derivative of this, so it will be d by dx of 2 alpha x plus beta raised to minus 1 into velocity. So it's the derivative of this term. This term is right over here, 2 alpha x plus beta raised to minus 1. So if this is x raised to n form, n is minus 1, so minus 1 into this whole thing raised to minus 2. So 2 alpha x plus beta raised to minus 2 into the derivative of the upon 2 alpha x plus beta whole square into velocity. 2 alpha x plus beta in the reciprocal form is itself velocity. So when I square it, it is actually velocity square. So minus 2 alpha into v square into v, which is minus 2 alpha v cube. This 1 by 2 alpha x plus beta, 1 by 2 alpha x plus beta is v. So this is actually v square, not 1 by v square. It is just v square. So that's it. You will get the answer as 2 alpha v cube and with a negative sign. If you got this, really proud of all of you because that means you have understood derivatives and how to apply them in kinematics. This is one of the good questions of derivatives because usually x is a function of time. Very rarely you get questions where time is a function of x and acceleration is asked in terms of velocity. Isn't it amazing, guys? How many of you loved the physics paper this time? February 1st students, how many of you are going to write the exam Feb 1st? If you are listening to this class, please remember tomorrow's paper can be a notch higher. So be prepared mentally that the physics paper may be, little bit, I'm not saying hard or even medium, a little bit notch higher than even today's paper. So mark my words. So tomorrow, if the paper is little bit hard, don't get scared. Okay. In fact, watch my older classes of mock tests where I had done tough questions of JEE Mains as well. It's there on the channel. Just scroll up from the live feed. You will see it. Cool. So be prepared. How many of you? Yeah, many of you are there. See, all the, see, you are very lucky because first of all, you get to know what is going to come ahead. So many patterns are getting repeated. Number one. Number two, you are watching these classes. You know who are chilling right now? Right now, who are chilling? 26th Jan, 27 Jan shift, 29 Jan shift, 30th Jan shift. People are, most of them are chilling. Very few dedicated students are here. They are thinking, my shift is over. Why should I worry? But they don't realize that they have missed all these days for JEE preparation, which could have been so fruitful for their next attempt. So you guys are that way very lucky because you're still preparing for JEE, right? So what is the next one? The error in the length and the area diameter, cross-sectional area's diameter is 1%. Then what is the error in resistance? Very straightforward question. Resistance is rho L by area. So it is rho L by pi d square by 4. That's the area formula. So del R by R, L's power is 1. So del L by L plus diameter's power is 2. So 2 del D by D. So percentage wise, this is 1%. This is also 1%, but 2 plus 1 is going to be 3%. So the error is 3%. Many students wrote the answer as 2%, but because they forgot it was a diameter, they thought area has the error of 1%. So 1 plus 1, they added it as 2. That's a common silly mistake. Be careful. Be careful, right? Everybody with me? Shall we move ahead to the next one? Very good. And keep smashing the like button. I'm seeing which students are marking their attendance, which students are loyal to the channel, which students are commenting. I remember the names. Come on, keep smashing the like button. And if you're watching this recorded, put up your comments in the comment section after the video is over. Which kind of gate is this? We did this in the logic gates class. This was same question which was repeated from my flash series. There is no fun only in doing these things if you have been a part of my classes from before. You're like, sir, Shreya sir has already done this. I don't have to struggle a lot. So this is A, this is A bar, this is B, this is B bar. This is an AND gate. So it is A bar dot B bar, A bar dot B bar, NAND. So you put a bar over here. Use De Morgan's principle. How many of you remember the De Morgan's principle which I had taught? So if you have something dot something bar, then that something should be written, that something also should be written, that dot will become plus. If it is plus, it will become dot. The common bar will now be separated. The common bar will now be separated. A bar bar is A, B bar bar is B, A plus B, this is nothing but OR. So this is an OR gate, B option for IIT Bombay. How many of you wrote it? Very good. Very good. Many of you remember this question from our logic gate session which we have done on YouTube itself. So that's the advantage of your Captain Shreya sir's classes. Very good. A spherical ball is released from rest in a long cylindrical cylinder which is filled with glycerin. The graph of its velocity versus time, standard graph, my dear students. What happens is, first the velocity is 0, then the velocity increases, it reaches terminal velocity, and terminal velocity is almost a constant. How is this graph even making sense? Velocity is same, then it goes down. No. Velocity is same, then it goes down. No. What is this? It's going up and going down. It is obviously going to be A only because it then becomes constant. It reaches asymptotically to the terminal velocity. This is an asymptote. That means it reaches close enough values. It never touches. It almost tends towards that value. Exactly. Option number A should be the correct one. Perfect. Very good smile. Very good. Very good. Moving on. Okay. To the next question. This question, how many of you remember from the 27th January? Yes, your first day. I think it was second shift, if I'm not wrong. So this question exactly copy pasted without even changing one word also was directly, put up over here. So all you had to do is use this formula. Mu is equal to sine of Is it an equilateral prism? No. Angle of prism has to be found. So A plus the deviation. Find the deviation. Okay, deviation has to be found. And by 2 divided by sine of A by 2. And this value, you had to put it as cot of A by 2. And cot, you write it as cos A by 2. And this is sine A by 2, right? And this is sine of A plus delta by 2 by sine of A by 2, sine A by 2, sine A by 2, bye. Cos and sine can't be equated directly, so you write cos as sine of 90 degree minus theta. So this is sine of A plus delta by 2. So whatever is there inside has to be equal. So pi by 2 minus A by 2 will be A plus delta by 2, 2 cancel. So pi minus A is A plus delta. What is asked? Delta is asked. So delta will be pi minus 2A. Delta will be pi minus 2A. Yes, if you are a part of the discussions, for you guys, this would be such an easy one. You would appreciate, you would probably be so happy. Shreya sir, you just discussed this question on 27 Jan and see exactly same things have happened. And yesterday also I told the same thing. Day before also I told the same thing. I just been screaming and telling all the students, guys, the questions are getting repeated. The models are just, repetitive in nature. NTA is lazy or what? I don't know, but good for us. We can predict the paper. Two isobaric processes compare their pressures. Two isobaric processes compare their pressures. So this is a graph of volume versus temperature. We know PV is equal to nRT. So volume by temperature will be nR by P. V by T, that is y-axis by x-axis, that is nothing but the slope of the graph is inversely proportional to P. So the one which has more slope, one which is here, has lower pressure. So P2 will be lesser than P1. Yes, it is B for your IIT Bombay. Let's check it out. Yes, B for IIT Bombay. This is less slope, more pressure. More slope, less pressure. Direct application of PV is equal to nRT. 4 particles, place 4 vertices, find the net force on the any particle. Standard question in gravity which has been repeated many times. So masses. This is placed on the vertices of a square, side A. This is M, this is M, this is M, this is M, side is A. So now what happens is, there will be a force between these two masses, Since they are on two sides, these forces will be both equal, where that F will be nothing but GMM by distance, which is A square. So it is GM square by A square. That is the force between these two masses on both the corners. But obviously this mass will get pulled by that mass also. There will be another force over here, right? So what is that force going to be? That force will be, check this out, that force, if this is F1, this is F1, this is also F1, this force, let's say I call it F2, that force if I call it as F2, that will be GMM, and remember, this distance is no longer A, it is root 2A, so be careful about it. So it will be root 2A whole square, so it will be GM square by 2A square. Once I get all the three forces, you just have to add them. If I take the resultant of F1 and F1, it will be nothing but root 2 F1. Because they are at 90 degree. Now that root 2 times F1 is in the same direction as F2. These two together will give you the net force. So the net will be root 2 times F1 plus just F2. So root 2 times F1 is nothing but GM square by A square plus F2, which is GM square by 2A square. So GM square by A square is common. Root 2 plus 1 by 2. So 2 root 2 plus 1, and that 2 will come below. That should be the answer. Isn't this a standard question? How many of you got this? Isn't this a standard question? Standard question on what is the potential energy of 4 mass system? What is the force acting on any one mass? So expect similar questions. Triangle square, hexagon. Standard geometries. You should know to find the potential, potential energy, force, field. These common questions patterns are repeated, and you will remember me when you see those questions, because Shreyas sir had told you them. If the stopping potential for light of wavelength lambda is 8, the threshold wavelength is how much if stopping voltage becomes 2 for a wavelength of 3 lambda? I think again standard question pattern. We did it during sure shot also. I told you this pattern is very, very common, and students who are with me again will appreciate me, I think, for every question that we are doing here, because whatever Shreyas sir is telling is just happening in the examination. So again, energy of the photon is your work function plus maximum kinetic energy. So E times Vs will be energy of the photon minus the work function. Okay, so let's use it 2 times. First time the stopping voltage is 8, right? So 8E will be energy of the photon will be hc by lambda minus work function. I'll just keep it as it is. Second time it is 2 volts. The wavelength is how much? 3 lambda. Wavelength is 3 lambda minus 5. We want to find the work function. So let's do one thing. Let's take this equation and multiply by 4. So what will happen? This will become 8E is equal to hc, 4 hc by 3 lambda minus 4 phi. Now equate this with this. LHS are same, so RHS must be same. So 4 hc by 3 lambda minus 5, minus 4 phi will be equal to hc by lambda minus 5. So take it on the other side. 4 phi minus 5 will become 3 phi, and this will become 4 by 3 minus 1. 4 by 3, just check it out, 4 by 3 minus 1 hc by lambda. That's what you will get. So this will become just 1 by 3 hc by lambda is equal to 3 into 5. Phi is nothing but hc by lambda naught. Hc cancels. So lambda will be, lambda take it on the top. Lambda naught I want. Lambda naught take it on the top. So 3 into 3 lambda. So lambda naught will be 9 times of lambda. 9 lambda is D for IIT Delhi. How many of you wrote it? Very good, Sri Papa. Siri Papa, what is it? Siri Papa. Wow, what is that? Siri Papa. Very nice name. I really find it very cute. Very good. Siri Papa. Okay. Next question coming up on your screen, and here it is. Artillery means like a cannon, a gun or whatever of some mass has a shell of mass m2. Both are at rest. They fire in the horizontal direction. What is the ratio of the kinetic energy? Let's visualize the diagram. We had seen these kind of diagrams before also. So imagine this is that artillery like this. Okay, and there is a shell in it of mass m2. The artillery's mass is m1. Right now this is at rest. After some time what happens? The gun will shoot. The gun will shoot and it will recoil behind. It will recoil behind, and that shell will come out like this. Shell will come out like this. If it was at rest, the momentum was 0. The final momentum of the system, must also be 0. So therefore, the momentum of 1 will be equal to the momentum of 2. Momentum of 1 will be equal to the momentum of 2 magnitude wise, of course, because they have to cancel each other out. They have to cancel each other out. The reason is the initial momentum of the system was 0. Initial momentum of the system was 0. Now comes the actual question. Find the ratio of the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the momentum square by 2 times of mass. So it is inversely proportional to mass. So K1 by K2 will be M2 by M1 because it is inversely proportional. Is that right? And not M1 by M2, it is M2 by M1. Be careful, M2 by M1. So it is option B. A lot of students make a mistake. They write it as half M1 V square by half M2 V square. Guys, velocity is not same. Speed is not same. The speeds are in the inverse ratio of the masses. Remember that, because they are going to recoil. Heavier mass, slower, smaller mass, faster. Okay, that's how it works. Next one. A block is performing SHM of amplitude A when it is at 2A by 3. The velocity is tripled. Find the new amplitude. A prime is, I think, over here. There was this N. Find the new amplitude. So I think the question was find n, and one of these options will match. Okay, so this is how you do it. Observe carefully. For this block performing SHM, when it is at 2a by 3, okay, if I write the equation for this, okay, the velocity formula is omega root a square minus x square. So when a is how much? 2a by 3. So it will become, x is becoming 2a by 3 whole square. So it will become omega root a square minus 4a square by 9. So root of 9 will be 3 only. So omega by 3 will come. Okay, because it is below. 9 minus 4 is 5. So it will become a root 5. So that is your velocity. So the new velocity now. So now the new velocity is 3 times the old velocity. The velocity is tripled. So that will be 3 times of this. So it will be omega a root 5. Omega a root 5. Now what the question says, find the new amplitude in terms of the old amplitude. So if I again use this equation, the speed I already know, which is v1, is omega root the new amplitude square minus x square. This is the new equation that I will write. Okay, so what is v1? It is nothing but omega a root 5 is equal to omega a1. I don't know, I want to find it out. X value I already know, it is 2a by 3. Same thing at the same position. X is same, it has not been changed. So it will become 4a square by 9. Omega cancels, so squaring both sides, I will get it as 5a square is equal to a1 square minus 4a square by 9. Taking this on the other side, 9 5s are 45 a square. Okay, let me not miss a step. So let me do this like this. 5a square plus 4 by 9 a square is equal to a1 square. 9 5s are 45. 45 plus 4 is 49. 49 by 9 a square is equal to a1 square. So a1 will be taking roots a into 7 divided by 3. So a into 7 divided by 3. So n is 7. That's how you can do it. You don't have to use some random methods. You don't have to do it by energy and all that. This one equation is enough to, just solve the problem. Exactly. Such a straightforward, simple method to solve the question. I just used one equation and solved it. I don't have to use multiple equations. Okay. It's a direct, straightforward question. Okay. Yeah, that's the answer. 7. I think that was the last one. So now it's time for mathematics. Let's get ready for mathematics, my dear students. Namrata ma'am is coming. Get ready, my dear students. Okay. And also remember, you will be meeting me in the JEE crash course in English along with Namrata ma'am and Navamita ma'am and your Nandini ma'am. So all the teachers will be taking the important chapters as well in the JEE crash course. So if you have not yet joined the JEE crash course, go ahead, check out the link in the description box. It's divided into 3 phases, which is going to match with your board's timetable, as well as you're going to get live and live classes with their recordings afterwards. Also, you can watch it till your JEE Advanced. And if you get through, you are also going to enter the Aavia program. You're also going to be prepared for your boards, 144 sessions with test series, as well as the JEE mock paper discussion and strategies. All of this at just 4,000 rupees. So make sure you are a part of it. Cool. And if you want the Crash Plus also, that is available with the personal teacher for 12,000 bucks. It's a limited period offer. Already we have some 300 to 400 people, students who have joined the crash course. The entries are limited, then the price will go up. So make sure you are a part of it. Okay, chalo. So let's have a look at the mathematics paper. Let's have a look at the mathematics paper, my dear warriors. So where is mathematics? It's going to come over here. So let me invite Namrata ma'am. Just 1 second. Yes, Namrata ma'am is coming. Don't worry. So meanwhile, yes, some students were asking, sir, I'm unable to solve physics. What can I do? Rajita, those students who are 0 in physics right now, just watch my model papers and the previous discussions. That will be more than sufficient to get at least 10 questions, I'm telling you, easily. Even when you are 0, the patterns will be repeated. Okay. sim kind of questions, just the values are being changed, or here and there they are playing around, but otherwise it's the same thing. At least 10 questions. That means I'm telling 40 marks easily you can get in physics like this only. Even if you're a 0 right now in one day, if you are not 0, if you're average, below average, or you have been attending few classes here and there, you can push yourself by more 20-30 marks easily by watching these older classes. Cheat codes, watch my old videos. Trust me, those cheat codes work. In at least 2 to 4 questions it will work. So watch my old cheat code videos. Just search Shreyas sir cheat code, Shreyas sir guess, Tukka. If you search on YouTube, you will find those videos. It's there on this channel itself. Wow, you got 199. That's very cool. Yeah, very cool. BTS Indian Army. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I've got few more questions.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened over here. It's very... should I open a new thing? It's okay.
Yeah, sir, blank PPT.
Blank PPT. See, that is the best part about Namrata. Okay, so... oh, we want a black slide, right? Now we need to go to design. And we have to say, okay. Perfect. Okay.
Duplicate.
Duplicate. Okay. Okay, I'll keep duplicating and keep talking to the students, ma'am.
All right, all right. So, how do you feel? How was mathematics paper? How do you feel? Till now, we have discussed like almost 10 questions, right? So, I also feel that this question paper was a little bit different. Few questions were observed which were absolutely new. For example, that random variable question, right? Again, sir, one more question.
One more question came. Ma'am, one more video you have to make. Okay. So, was the paper a little bit simpler than the previous one, or was it still the same? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All the
Thank
best,
you,
ma'am.
sir.
Yes.
Yes. So we have the next question is from. Yes. So the next question is from. Okay, telescopic series. Again, they have given question from telescopic series. So as I am telling you, for April attempt also, if you have paper tomorrow as well, so we don't need to actually follow strictly the reduced syllabus. What we need to do is we need to study the old syllabus, basically questions as per the old syllabus only. Okay, we are following that only, some of the series. Okay, so we need to figure out sum of the series. So sum of 1 upon 1 minus 3 dot 1 ka square, and then we have plus 1 ki power 4, plus we have 2 upon 1 dot 3 dot 2 ka square, so 1 minus 3 dot 2 ka square, and we have, okay, plus 2 ki power 4, right? Next term would be 3 upon 1 minus 3 dot, okay, so we have 3 ka square plus 3 ki power 4, and we need to figure out the sum up to 10 terms. Yes, we are looking for sum up to 10 terms, right? So this is clear-cut case of telescopic series. First of all, what we need to do is we need to write the general term out of it. So general term would be 1 minus 3r square plus r raised to power 4, and in the numerator, can you see 1, 2, 3? So it would be r sigma r is equals to 1 se leke 10 tak, right? Now can you see r ki power 4? So r raised to power 4 minus 3r square plus 1 is what we have achieved, right? Now what I'll be doing is r ki power 4 minus 2r square plus 1 ek taraf and minus r square, right? So this 3r square can be break down as minus 2r square minus r square. So this is r square minus 1 ka whole square minus r square. So this can be written down as r square minus 1 ka whole square minus r square. Sigma is already there. Okay. All right. And you know what? The moment I break this now, what would I get? So r square minus 1 minus r and r square minus 1 plus r, and over here I have 2 sigma is already there. Okay, now can you see how do you do telescopic series? How do you create telescopic series? By actually writing difference of these two factors in the numerator. Yes, that's what you need to do. So difference of these two will give you what? So this r can be replaced by, so r square plus r minus 1 minus sign, we have r square minus r minus 1. Okay, and here we have r square plus r minus 1 and we have r square minus r minus 1. Sigma is already there. Okay, now can you see this is plus r and this is also plus r, so this is becoming 2r over here. So for this what I need to do is I need to multiply 2 and 2 over here so that this 2r can be written down as this minus this, and let's not forget a 2 over here as well. Now separate this out. Once you separate this out, now what will happen? So this upon whole this, so this and this are getting cancelled out, only this term will be left out, 1 upon r square minus r minus 1. So it will become 1 upon r square minus r minus 1 minus 1 upon r square plus r minus 1, 1 by 2, and sigma will be equal to, so sigma will be there, r is equals to 1 se leke 10. Okay, the moment you put 1 in this, what would you get? So T1 will be equal to 1 by 2. So 1 upon 1 minus 1, so this would be 1 upon minus 1. And what about this? So 1. Okay, what about T2? The moment you plug in T2 now, the moment you put 2 over here, it would be 4 minus 3. So that would be 1, and this would be 4 plus 2, 6 minus 1, so 1 by 5. And all the way up to T10. So T10 will be what? So 1 upon 10 square minus 10 minus 1 minus 1 upon 10 square plus 10 minus 1. Cancel it out. Cancel it out. Cancel it out. So if you add all the way up to T10, T1, T2, T3, all the way up to T10, so what will you get? You will get this term and this term, first and last term. So 1 by 2 is there. And we have minus 1 upon, this is 110 minus 1, 109. So this would be minus 110 upon 109 into 2. So this would be 55. So minus 55 upon 109 is clear-cut correct answer of this question. All right. Yes. Okay, so tomorrow, whatever shift you are having, shift 1 or shift 2, just do not panic and give your exam peacefully, because I already told you multiple times that now the physics and chemistry are coming extremely easy. The questions are easy. In mathematics, you can expect some surprises, but again, question selection will be the game changer for you. Okay, all right, so this is the question. Let me move on to my next question. Okay, so the question is, let A be sum of all coefficients. Okay, this is a very nice question but very easy. Let A be sum of all coefficients in the expansion of, okay, so we have 1 minus 2x plus we have 2x square ki power 2023, and multiply in multiplication 3 minus 4x plus we have 2x cube raised to power 2024. Okay, all right, so A is nothing but sum of all coefficient in the expansion of this. Okay, and small b is given as limit of this expression. So limit extend to 0 and the limit is, okay, so 0 to x log of 1 plus t whole upon, we have t ki power 2024 plus 1 whole upon x square dt. This is your b. Right? And you know what? So multiple question. Can you see this is binomial theorem? Can you see this is Leibniz theorem plus L'Hopital? And you know what? The next part says that if the equation cx square plus dx plus e is equals to 0 has one common root with another equation, which is what? So 2bx square plus ax plus 4 is equals to 0. Okay, and we need to figure out the value of d is to c is to e. This is what we need to figure out. Okay, So the moment I see this first half of the question related to binomial theorem, now this is extremely easy. And you know what? This is coming twice. Yes. So we have solved a similar problem in previous shift. So the moment you need to figure out sum of all coefficient now, so you have to put x is equals to 1. That's it. The moment you put x is equals to 1, so 1 minus 2 plus 2, so this will become 1. 3 minus 4 plus 2, so 5 minus 4, so 1. So basically A is coming out as 1. Very, very easy, very, very smart move, very, very important shortcut. Okay, sum of all the coefficients, put x is equals to 1. Now what about this B? So for B, I need to apply what? Leibniz theorem. So that will become log of 1 plus x की power 2024 plus 1 and L'Hopital लगा रहे हो तो यहाँ पे 2x. Limit x tend to 0 is already there. So can you see log 1 plus x by x is 1. The moment you put x is equals to 0, this will be gone. So 2 into 1, so 1 by 2 is the value of B. So value of A, value of B, in a few seconds we have calculated. This question is looking lengthier but not at all difficult. So now cx square plus dx plus e shares one common root. So now we have value of B. So this is becoming what? X square plus A is what? 1 plus 4 is equals to 0. This is your quadratic equation. Now you know what? Here is the catch. This quadratic equation is sharing exactly one common root with this. Okay, that's what they are saying. But you know what? This quadratic equation is having two imaginary roots because imaginary roots always occur in a conjugate pair. So if this is a quadratic equation having two imaginary roots and they are sharing one root, now that simply means no, they are not sharing one root. They are sharing both the roots. That means both roots are common related to these two equations. So how to deal with it? So basically it will become, so C is to D is to E अगर लिखूंगी तो क्या हो जाएगा? 1 is to 1 is to 4. Yes. So this is 1 is to 1 is to 4 is the correct answer of this question in the chat box. Anybody is solving with me? Yes or no? Okay. So this was the question which looks very difficult but not at all difficult. It is actually an easy question. Okay. Let's move on to my next problem. All right. So next question is from vectors, and you know what, this question, so I have already told you in short question in mock test series that this is the question you will see in your from vector algebra, you will see in 2024. Let me just show you. So A vector is given to you. A vector is given to you. A is nothing but 3i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap. Then we have B vector 4, 1, 7. 4i cap, 1j cap, 7k cap. Then we have C vector 1, minus 3, 4. 1, minus 3, 4. Right? I, j, k. Okay? And it is given that P cross B is equal to C cross B. Right? Tell me how many questions we did on this. This was asked in 2023 multiple times. Okay? This type of equation, and I told you how to crack these type of equation. And P dot A is given as 0. What we need to figure out is P dot I cap minus j cap minus k cap is equals to question mark. All right. Yes. So we need to calculate P vector basically. So from here, can I write now solution? P vector, if I take common, okay, P minus C cross B is equals to 0. Right? Basically what we need to do is, so if you take B common na, so P minus C cross B is equals to 0 when cross product between two vectors are 0. Chila ke I have told you. Hai na? So P vector is equals to lambda B vector plus C vector. Right? Why? Because P minus C is parallel to B. That means P minus C could be written down as lambda B. So P vector is coming out as lambda B plus C. Now you know the value of B. Very easy question. You know the value of C. 4, 1, 7. And you have 1 minus 3, 4. That means you have value of what? P vector, which would be, so P vector is coming out as 4 lambda plus 1, comma, lambda minus 3, comma, 7 lambda minus 7 lambda plus 4. Now you have to take dot product with 3 comma 1 comma minus 2. Take it 4 3s are 12 lambda plus 3. Then we have lambda minus 3. Then we have, okay, so minus 8. 7 2s are 14. Minus 14 lambda is equals to 0. So can you see 12 plus 1 13. So minus lambda is coming out as 8. So lambda is equals to minus 8. Now the moment you plug in the value of lambda over here now, so this will become minus 31. This will become minus 11. And this will become what? Minus 52. This is your P vector. Now you have to take dot with this 1 comma minus 1 comma minus 1. So P vector, so minus 31 into 1. 11 into minus, so plus 11. 52 into 1, so 52. Okay, so this is what? Minus 20 plus 52 will give you what? 32 as the correct answer. 32 in the chat box. 32 in the chat box. Why are you laughing? Some people are laughing, I guess. Maybe they have done many questions correctly, okay? So this was all about this question. So yes, the highlight of this question is this equation. If you know how to solve this equation and if you are able to do the correct calculation, this question will give you +4. It will reward you with +4 marks. Definitely, sure shot. Okay, all right. Do I have another question? Yes, I do have another question. So another question says, okay, the distance of, okay, from 3D geometry we have another question. Distance of point. So the distance of point Q point is given to us, which is what? 0, 2, minus 2. Okay. From the line, nice question, very good question. Passing through which point? So we have 5, minus 4, 3. And perpendicular to two different lines, two given lines, and perpendicular to two lines. So first line 1 is given as r vector is equals to minus 3 I cap plus 2 k cap plus lambda times, we have been given what? 2, 3, 5. 2 I cap, 3 j cap, 5 k cap. Okay, and another is what? So this is I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap plus mu times we have minus I plus 3 plus 2. Minus I plus 3 plus 2. Okay, so these two lines are given to you. All right, so now Q. Let me just draw the diagram so that you get the crystal clear picture. We have Q 0, 2, minus 2. And you know what? We have a line also, okay, which passes. So what we are looking for is distance of point Q from the line which passing through this point. Okay, so I am here to write this equation of this line. So which will be x minus 5, y plus 4, z minus 3 upon. Here I am looking for direction ratio of the line. So this line is perpendicular to these two given lines, right? So let me assume this as A, B and C. A, B, C is direction ratio of this line, and 2, 3, 5 is direction ratio of perpendicular line. So 2A plus 3B plus 5C will be equal to 0. And again ABC is perpendicular to this line as well. So minus A plus 3B plus 2C is equals to 0. Right? This is very important. When you have a line which is perpendicular to two given line, so you just need to take a dot product, equate it to 0. Right? Yes. Now how to solve this? We have a method for this. Okay, so we are not looking for the value of A, B and C. We are looking for the ratio of A, B and C. So that's how we solve it. 3 2s are 6 minus 15. So this is minus 9 upon B upon 2 2s are 4 plus 5 with a negative sign minus 9 C upon, because this is negative 1. Okay, 3 2s are 6 plus 3. So this is 9. So basically minus 1 comma minus 1 comma 1. Or what we can do is 1 comma minus 1, because we are only interested in the ratio. So now we have this line. we are looking for what? Distance between these two. So I am going to get this point lambda plus 5, lambda minus 4, lambda plus 3. This is the point I'm looking for. Now, you know what? If I mark it as A, so AQ vector ka dot, if you take with what? This direction, which is what? 1, 1, minus 1, you will get 0. AQ vector dot A vector is 0. What is A vector? This vector, let us assume as A vector. AQ vector is what? So lambda plus 5 minus 0. Lambda minus 4 minus 2, so lambda minus 6. Okay, and lambda plus 5. का डॉट आपको लेना है 1, 1, minus 1 के साथ. So lambda plus 5 plus lambda minus 6 minus 5 minus lambda is equals to 0. Lambda gone. So lambda 5 is gone. Lambda is coming as 6. Am I doing correct? Let me just check the calculations. Lambda plus 5. Okay. So this is minus 1. So minus lambda plus 3. Minus lambda plus 3. Correct? So minus lambda plus 3 minus 1. So minus lambda plus 2, I guess. Right? Minus lambda plus 3. And this is minus 2. So minus lambda plus 5. This is minus lambda plus 5. And okay. So this will become what? Lambda minus 5. Okay. Multiplying this with minus 1. So this will become lambda minus 5. So plus lambda minus 5. Okay. So this is 3 lambda is equals to 6. Yes. 3 lambda is equals to 6. Lambda is coming out as 2. So lambda is coming out as 2. We are looking for this coordinate 7. 2 minus 4 minus 2. And this is 1. Right. Calculate distance AQ. So AQ will be what? Tell me. 7 minus 0, 49. Minus 2 plus, okay, 16. And then this would be what? Plus 9. So this is square root of 74. Yes, square root of 74. This we are not cancelling. Okay, this is not cancelled. Only the 5 and 5 are getting cancelled out. Yes. So this is 5. 5 gone. So this is 3 lambda minus 6 is equals to 0. So lambda is coming out as 2. So very basic question. This type of question we have already done. Okay, in 3D geometry. We have already done. So this is not an out of syllabus question. Very good question. Nice question. Decent question. As expected. We were expecting this type of question, right? Okay, all right. Do we have another question? Okay, so I do have a last question with me. All right. So the question is, all right, so this is a difficult question relatively, okay, and this was observed in yesterday's shift as well from binomial. So this is given as sigma of r is equals to 0 nc, okay, r is equals to 0 se leke n, ncr upon r plus 1 is equals to alpha. Beta is also given in a similar manner. So sigma r is equals to 0 say n, ncr, n plus 1 cr, okay, upon r plus 1 is equal to what? Beta. Okay. All right. Now, one more information which is given to you. 7, 5, 9, these kind of options were observed. Now, please understand this question nicely because this is coming twice. This is repeating. The question is repeated basically. So, yes, I'll be applying this two properties over here. The first property I'll be using NCR will be equal to N upon R n minus 1 cr minus 1. This is the very first property. In a reverse manner, I'll be using second property ncr upon ncr minus 1, n minus r plus 1 upon r. These two properties I'll be using, okay. So first of all, I want this r plus 1 to get absorbed, right? So this reverse property I'll be using. So what I'll be needing is, in here I need one n plus 1 cr plus 1. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. This and this can be written down as n plus 1 cr plus 1, sigma r is equals to 0 से n, NCR is already there, 1 upon n plus 1, which would be outside the sigma, right? R plus 1 should be inside the sigma, but n has no significance on sigma. So this is your alpha. Okay, now n plus 1 c r plus 1 can be written down as what? N plus 1 c, so this minus this, n minus r, and this is NCR. Okay, sigma r is equals to 0 से n, 1 upon n plus 1, right? Okay, all right. Now add these two, n plus 1 and n, so you will get 2n plus 1. Add these two as well, so you will get n. So these two combination will give you this, sigma r is equals to 0 से लेके n, 1 upon n plus 1. This is your alpha. In similar manner, you have to solve beta, right? So this r plus 1 is already there. Again, I will need n plus 1 over here, 1 upon n plus 1. So this will become what? N plus 1 c r plus 1. So directly I can write this as n plus 1 c n minus r, and this is what? N plus 1 c r, sigma is already there, and 1 upon n plus 1 is already there. This is your beta. So again, so this is n plus 1, so this will be 2n plus 2 c. Now n minus r and r, summation will give you n, and 1 upon n plus 1 is there, sigma is already there. This is your beta. Okay, alpha and beta are sorted. The only difference is 2n plus 1, 2n plus 2, right? Okay, let me just equate this. 7 alpha is equals to 4 beta. 7 alpha is equals to 4 beta. Let me just put the value of alpha. 1 upon n plus 1 sigma 2n plus 1 cn, okay, is equals to 4 sigma 2n plus 2 cn upon n plus 1 is already there. N plus 1 cancel. Okay, now I'll be using one very important property. So this 2n plus 2 cn, 2n plus 2 cn can be written down as what? So 2n plus 1 upon n, let this come outside, and let me write it as what? 2n plus 2 is outside now. So 2n plus 1 cn minus 1. Yes. So this will become what? 4, and this is 2n plus 2 upon n, and this will be what? 2n plus 1 c n minus 1, sigma is there. And in here we have 7 times sigma 2n plus 1 cn. Right? Yes? Okay. All right. Let's just shift this particular term and this particular term towards the left hand side. In here you can expand this and you get the answer. I'm just simplifying things. So this will become 4 2s are 8, n plus 1 upon n, 7 is also here, and this is 2n plus 1 cn upon 2n plus 1 cn minus 1 sigma sigma. Okay, all right. So now what I can do over here is I can apply this very property over here, which is this n minus r plus 1 upon r. Okay, let me just apply this property, or you can just simply expand this, cancel out this. So yes, all right. So this will become 2n plus 1 minus n plus 1 upon, we have this n is equals to 8 by 7 n plus 1 upon n. N and n are getting cancelled out, right? We have applied this property, I already showed you. So this 1 plus 1 will be 2. So this will become n plus 2. Yes. So n plus 2, 7 times n plus 2 is equals to 8 times n plus 1. So this will become 14. So n is equals to 14 minus 8 is 6. N is equals to 6 is your correct answer. Right? The moment you solve it, now you will get n is equals to 6 as your correct answer. So this was the last question which was repeated. I agree. This was a little bit trickier question, little bit lengthy question, moderate, I would say beta question. Or for some people it may be gamma question because it may consume very much time of yours. So again, I told you in mathematics, question selection is the key. All right, let me just ask if we have some other questions from any other subjects. If not, then we will end the stream. Okay, all right, let me just ask them. Give me a moment.